Welcome to the guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me.
Hello, and welcome to our very latest episode of the Night Shift. Let's Talk Gaming. I am CMoney, and I am joined by the always lovely Doodle.
What's up, everyone? Happy Thursday. Thank you so very much for rocking out with us tonight. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. As you can see, it's not just Doodle. It's not myself. There is somebody else here, but he is invisible and he is hidden. And we believe he will show his face at some point, but his screen is there. So at some point, we will say hello to the wise one. Until then, shout out to everybody who's live in the building.
Yo!
Let me just say, I just literally, that's why I'm a couple minutes late, because I wanted to go ahead and try marathon.
Do you see what I see? Oh my goodness.
All I can say is that if this game finds an audience, God bless it.
God bless its soul. Bless its soul.
Because, man, is it the fucking... This is the multiplayer equivalent to Aloy from Horizon.
Oh, my gosh. Well, listen, I think that's almost like I would say an insult. Because, like,
insult to who?
My gosh.
To which one?
I think I'd rather look at Aloy than this shit. Remember we were like, oh no, get it off the screen. What the fuck? Like, if you don't even want to play as the character they've made out for you, it's like, what are we doing, you guys? What are we doing? But it's just it's so plastic. That's the word for it. Like, it's so plastic.
They're so thirsty.
They're trying.
Like, try hard. You know what I'm saying? But like it's like trying so hard to stuff a visual style that sucks, it's that's very unpleasant
when you're
down
walking
your throat.
And you're like, okay, you can literally see it, like the flowers or the grassy flowers.
All the plants are like, okay, left, right.
It's so
teamwork, guys. Let's make sure.
Yeah, it's so like uniform. Like, come on, man. This is supposed to be nature. It's supposed to sway in different directions. Like naturally, there's something so plastic about this game. Even the shank that she was holding, you would think I'd be excited by the shank. No, it was crazy. It looked like something I could not even pretend to defend myself. I had a better shot with a bat, something else, a butter knife or a plastic knife. It didn't look like anything that was going to cause any type of harm or damage, or it makes you feel badass. And I was like, all right, see, we're not liking the atmosphere, we're not liking the world that they've created, but the gameplay, tell me the gameplay is good.
Bro, if you hear anybody, and listen, I just gotta be honest, if you hear anybody hyping up the gunplay, they are full of shit. It's the most generic pew pew bootlegged indie gameplay there is. This is not, do not fucking get excited thinking, oh, from the makers of Halo and Destiny, there's this amazing gunplay that's going to take place. No, generic feeling, generic sounding. Nothing feels special.
So if you say to yourself, this looks like crap, but maybe the gameplay.
Nope.
No.
Generic movement. Generic slide. Like nothing feels unique. Nothing feels special.
Nothing stands out.
Nothing says I'm playing a new dope game. If you took any indie game that's in the genre and threw it up on screen and minus like whatever bullshit colors they're trying to throw into your face, that same type of quality is in it. Like it's just everything. When you go and you're setting and you're looking at materials, you're looking at the little stupid computer screen that's there, everything just looks bland.
It's just
boring.
It's
bland and boring. Marathon.
Feel
bland
like
and boring. That's it. That's the tagline.
Point. If you like bland and boring,
if you like bland and boring, boy, do we have the game for you.
It's crazy because, you know, they try. I'm like, what are they trying to have like this Matrix world that because when it starts, you see nothing but like lines and here comes the shapes, circles. And I'm like, it's like the most basic.
It's kindergarten fucking school.
It's
a kindergarten blackboard that they put up so kids can learn their shapes and colors. It's fucking crazy.
I have to read this. I gotta go to Music 72, who says, I made it through the prologue and then uninstalled it. Made me feel like taking a nap.
Bro, I'm telling you, like
that sums it up.
I need this to be understood. First of all, anybody who's saying, oh my God, look at how many people played it or are playing it. Look at, bro. You know how many people watch YouTube streams of people being beat up and die and killed? You know what I'm saying? Watching a game die in real time is something. It's good TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if other people feel the same way I do. I could tell you that David Jaffe, we're going to talk a little bit about it. I could tell you that David Jaffe thinks the same way we do. And you know, he's an ex-PlayStation guy. I could tell you that when you go into it's trending on Twitter and the vast majority of people are like, fuck this game. It's boring. It's garbage. It's whack. Listen.
You know what game is popping though? Resident Evil.
Fucking Resident Evil.
Heck yeah.
That is
fire. Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
It will have you hooked. Man, it was crazy.
So real quick before we move on, because we do have the homie Mac22TH54 in the building with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, homie.
Yo,
says, CMoney, did you pay $30 for that game? The fuck? I would. No, man. This is the server slam. It's free to play right now. It's free to play. You know what's the funniest thing is that on Twitter, you see a bunch of people saying, I watched enough to make a judgment. And people are like, it's free, bro. Why don't you just go play it? And this is what they don't understand. When I saw it, I knew it was not for me. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was a subpar product in my eyes. And then I put my hands on it and it just confirmed that it was, in fact, a subpar product in my eyes, in my judgment.
I mean, you can definitely, you understand the delay, the complaints when they've had the betas. And this is like a much more improved version of Marathon than what they were trying to put out there. And that's what's scary.
Oh my God.
Like, could you imagine had
Holy
they like
shit.
released it prior to all the complaining and like this was them regrouping over and over again and trying to figure out what is the best version to put out here. Yeah. Listen, we'll see what happens. I am not, it doesn't look promising.
So I see over here, we got the homie, Ramon Kata. He says, is it worse than Concord? I got to tell you, man. I got to tell you, honestly, the most honest I could be right now. Concord was more fun. Concord was more fun to play than what I've experienced.
It looked better than
aesthetically. It looked better,
Marathon,
not the characters, but
sure.
the world. I think the world just looked better. this game just looks really, I don't know, fake. Like really fake, really. I mean, it's maybe you're in this matrix and that's their goal, is to make it look fake, is to make it look crappy. But I'm gonna listen. You're not just gonna take my words for it. All right. A little later, we'll go through some of what people are saying out in these streets. Okay. So marathon is gonna be a topic for sure. But it's not looking good out there, guys. It's not looking good out there. But before we move forward, first of all,
was like, want to try marathon? I was like, fuck no. Go ahead.
I was like, maybe I should stream marathon. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take that sweet email I got from Capcom with that Resident Evil 9 code, and I'm just gonna input that and I'm gonna stream that. That's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I did. And goddamn, was that amazing! But before we move forward, before we get into all the juiciness that is existing out in these streets, let me go ahead and introduce our boy, our homie, who I feel like we haven't seen in 45 years. It's been so long. This is like Christmas all over. Remember, it was like a weird ass long ass break for so long.
Yes,
we got our boy. You know him well. He is the wise one, the author, the patriot, the pony slayer, and the pony bot tear maker. It's our boy, Hargeet Shani. Shout out to our boy Hargeet in the building. Appreciate you, my dude. How's it going, man?
Yeah. Sorry for missing last week. Well, you also started early, and then I was actually before you. Boom wanted to go on at 6. I'm like, okay, I'll try to make that. And I was redoing my computer to make sure it actually was working. So I didn't finish till like 7 something. So I missed both of you. But anyway,
gotcha.
Computer's back. Happy joys, whatever. So
good. Computer's back in action. That's what matters.
Yes.
Awesome. Did you get to play any of the what the hell is it called?
Marathon? I have no interest, unfortunately, in those kind of games. So I won't pile on it because I haven't played it, but like it's just not interesting to me. So I don't like the it's the same with Arc Raiders. People seem to love that game. Like I don't care. What was the other one? Tarkov, right? I don't care. It's just not for me. I'm not gonna pile on them. They're fine. For those who love it, great. I have no idea how good Marathon or bad Marathon will be. What really interests me is where it ends up, right? And when we find out, like, does it work out or not? We'll see how that goes. And what is the fate of Bungie? Hopefully it doesn't die, but we will see. PlayStation does not know how to manage its studios. We've seen that. I just hope that like there's so much media attention on Xbox all the time. Like, do you maybe want to look at the burning house of PlayStation? Maybe like 7 studios in 5 years. Maybe it's time to start looking at how they don't know how to manage. They've canceled more games than they put out. Like, is that not like a massive red flag? Like, okay, whatever.
I mean, we definitely have some discussions with that too. Listen, look, Marathon, I could say, if you're not going to hop in, okay, if you're not going to hop in and try it for yourself,
I don't
care. I'm just telling you, you're not missing anything, dog. You're not missing anything. Yeah. I did get on the Arc Raiders hype train, and I did jump in and play it. And immediately from the word jump, all right, it felt special. It felt unique. It felt like a world that was interesting and calling me to explore and seeing, even after revisiting it time and time again, still just loving that world and loving that experience. This was not that. This was immediate letdown. You know what I'm saying? Just immediate. This is not, I want to be clear. This is not bias. It's the game's everywhere. I love Halo. I liked Bungie, Destiny in the beginning, and Destiny 2 was fine in the beginning before it just kept going on with bullshit. So I didn't grab Marathon and hope that it would suck or hope that it would bore me. That's not what I wanted at all. I wanted to be able to go ahead and get on there and be pleasantly surprised. I wanted to come in here and be like, hey, member marathon, it's actually not that bad.
It doesn't suck.
I can't lie to you guys. Okay. I can't come over here and be like, that was a fun experience, or oh, I can't wait to try it again. It just wasn't. Right.
Well, I mean,
it just wasn't.
Giving it the benefit of the doubt, because obviously we've seen what we've seen. It's available to try out. So it's like, okay, but you know, to a certain extent, you're like, okay, let's hope that let's hope they prove me wrong. And maybe they don't have another Concord in their hands. But, you know, I don't see it. I don't see it working out. Maybe it will. Maybe, you know, the fact that it's not only on PlayStation will help it. I don't see how, man. I just don't. I can't. But you never know.
Yeah,
they're giving us a campaign. I like, if they had a campaign, I'd be all over it. But there's no campaign. It's like, I'm just
this. You know what's the sad part? I felt that way too. But I got to tell you, if they were going to give us a campaign in this vein, like in this style, in this like situation, in this world that they're trying, because the whole first, you sit there for a few minutes, like in the beginning, they're talking a whole bunch of stupid shit with the most generic, like 80s PC color, you know, Microsoft Paint coloring fucking screens going by and shit. Do I swear to God, it's the stupidest, wackest shit. They're trying so hard to be edgy.
I don't know,
while
man.
being not in any way, shape, or form.
Man, there's nothing than showing how hard you're trying and still missing.
It's like if like your great grandfather came out in his old shit that he used to wear when he's a teenager to let you know what was cool and edgy back then. You know what I'm saying?
And you're like, get the fuck back inside.
Like, yo, I'm just telling you, it's really not great. For me, listen, Concord had people who were ride or die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Concord had people who were like, what? You're taking away the best game ever. Till this day, fucking, what's the name? High Guard has like 200 people playing it concurrently, but there's still those 200 people that if you got on the mic with them, they'll be like, bro, you're fucking crazy, dude. This is the best fucking game I've ever played in my life, man. All right, listen, there's going to be those people. And I'm not saying if you're one of those people here that there's a problem with you. I'm just saying that, you know, it's all a choice. You know what I'm saying? It's all a personal choice. I did see, where's our boy? I think it was our lyric. I think he said we were crazy, that I was crazy with my take of it, but now I seem to have made it disappear. What the fuck? Did I imagine it? Was it all a dream? I
will say, if anyone's curious about trying Marathon, this would be the time. Because again, as you all know, this is not a free game. So
yeah, this is the time.
Like, ride it before you buy it.
Ride it.
Like, you know.
What are we still talking?
Yes.
What's happening here?
Yes, the game. Like a car, obviously.
So drive it or something.
Maybe you mean the one from Simple Jack? You wildin' with that take CMoney?
Yeah, where is it? You have a time? What time?
PM.
8:16
p.m. 8:16.
All right, 6. Oh, Simple Jack. Not
Simple Jack.
Our lyric. My bad. That's why I was going crazy.
Our lyrics. I don't try to put that shit on me.
Good job. Simple Jack. What's up, Simple Jack? He said, you wildin' with that take CMoney. Marathon is better than Marathon. What?
What?
I'm assuming he meant Concord, but whatever. Whatever.
That was hilarious.
That was good.
That was hilarious.
You're cheeky. That was funny. Oh my God. Marathon is better than Concord. Better gunplay, better abilities. But yeah, I think the intro stuff makes it feel boring. Dig the music though. Yeah, see, I think it has to, like, the stuff just has to click. For me, the music made me want to fucking slam my speakers into the fucking ground. Like, I was like, what am I listening to here? But that doesn't mean it's bad. I'm just saying for me, it just the whole package just wasn't it. And I don't know. I played Concord, and when I was done, I didn't want to play anymore. I played Marathon, and I didn't want to
You
play
want to
anymore
chop off both your
after I
hands
was done.
make
So
sure you
I
never
mean,
play it
listen,
again.
when I say one's better, am I saying one's good and one's bad? No, I'm saying they both are shit to me. But I think I probably
One
lean
stunk more
toward
than the other.
Concord over Marathon
Yeah.
at this
So
point.
maybe this will last more than 10 days. Is that what you're saying?
11.
Oh,
11.
shit.
Gonna
Too
last
soon.
11.
Too
That's
soon.
too soon, Hargeet.
Too
That's too soon.
Oh my God.
Man.
Yeah. Again, this is look.
They're still wearing bandages from Concord.
Look, I gotta tell you. So it was at 140 something already, right? It was like at 143. It spiked pretty high for concurrence for Marathon, but like somebody put in the chat not too long ago that is down to 118, right? This is Thursday night, right? It's 8 something. People are in some places in the world are just getting home from work, right? So like if you go to California, you're talking, it's 5 o'clock for them. They're still just getting home. Like this is prime time. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the time where people are getting home and they're like, okay, we got a dope. Marathon? Marathon's out? What? Squeeze me? Oh shit, let me play. And it seems like less people are playing than earlier when it was not prime time. So does that mean to me that they're fucked? No. I mean, I guess in an hour it can boost back up and people be real prime time. I don't know. But it's not like it's not making me feel great that they're going to have a really exciting time from here. But who knows, man?
Who knows? Who knows? Let's go to E-Ranks real quick. He says, forget the $40. Marathon wasn't worth the 18 gigabytes of storage.
Facts. God damn. This is free, guys. Like this is the opinion before I imagine if I bought it, I would be so mad.
Time, babe. Time. Like when you have other games that you can play or other things to do other than play Marathon. I mean, why would you? You'd be annoyed that you went ahead and invested 5 minutes doing that shit. You know what I mean?
Imagine spending 40 on Marathon when you can spend 70 on Resident Evil 9 and play an amazing fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine? That's crazy.
Paul wants to know, what's up, Fam Jam? He says, do I prepare a funeral speech now? Listen, yo, that funeral was
I don't know if they're gonna let it die. I think Bungie
Concord
is not that
wild.
Concord studio, right? Like I even forgot who's the Concord studio, but whoever they were, they had no record, right? So you fucking delete them like they never existed because they didn't exist anyway. Firewalk, exactly. So it's easy to just be like, they're gone, right? Bungie has Destiny still. I don't think that I don't think they're gonna pull the plug on the. Put it this way: if they were gonna pull the plug on Marathon,
the thieves,
yeah, if they were gonna pull the plug on Marathon, I feel like they would have already done it from the theft,
from all the hiccups.
Yeah, like if that
game
let them stayed in the ring,
and I think that's what's crazy. They've gone through they've done so much. I spoke about the beta and the backlash about what was lacking from the game. But yeah, they stolen art, stolen music. That music you were bobbing to is stolen.
Well, it was.
It was. Inspired by stolen music. But yeah, it's like, dude, like you have your fingers crossed hoping that all that turbulence maybe turned into something. But I guess when you see devs that desperate, right? And it's funny because you feel the desperation throughout like the world and how it graphically turned out. But it's like when you're that desperate, you can't possibly put something together worth playing.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I agree with you. Like, I guess if I'm searching for something as if I could say one nice thing about Marathon, I think they improved the lighting. I think the lighting is nicer than when they showed it. Outside of that, that's pretty much where I am. So listen, we got more stuff to talk about too, right? We're gonna talk a little about Bluepoint getting shut down and the fact that we found out that they went ahead and literally went to PlayStation and tried to remake a bunch of different games and they got shut down on each and every one, which is crazy. We're going to talk a little bit about Sarah Bond. You know, she's the supposedly the scapegoat. There's this report. We were going to do it last on Tuesday, but we didn't really get to it. So we'll talk about it today. And then we got Hargeet in the building, right? So for sure, we haven't had time to sit with our boy and see what he feels about the shakeup and what it means to him and what does he think for the future and all that fun stuff. So we're going to talk about all that. But before we do any of that, we still got to shout out our homies who are live in the building with us, man. Thank y'all so much for being here. Excuse me. Appreciate y'all for rocking out with us, man. You guys are the shit. So thank y'all for being here.
Thank you guys.
Listen, of course, you know how we do. We want to go ahead and shout out everybody who supports us over on Patreon and YouTube. You guys are the shit. But of course, we have our elite members that we want to shout out. We got our homie Big Boy Mike, Dark Angelic, Queen Witch, and Broke Boy. And then we have our inner circle members, the homie Pragmatic Eagle and Hargeet Chani. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. And then we have our January champs. That's right. This is the last time that there are January champs because come next show, it'll be February champs. The best bot for January was our boy Ryu Art. Most first super chats was our boy Mac22TH54. Biggest super chat was our boy Ryu Art. Most biggest super chats was our boy Ryu Art. Top 3 most gifted subs came from our boy Broke Boy, Ryu Art, and Jonas the Dad. And then most subs gifted at once was Broke Boy. So thank you
guys so much
for the support. We appreciate y'all. But of course, you know how we do here. You guys live in the building right now are supporting us in such a major way, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us here tonight on this Thursday night. You guys are the shit. Thank you for being here. And of course, listen, you guys know you're fucking special, man. You're special.
You are the special.
You are the special.
But some.
But not all of you can be equally special. I mean, that's just the catch, right? Like, there's no other way. There's no way to frame it. Some are more special than others. How do you become more special? Simple. Well, the 3 of you who are more special, you are the chosen ones. You are the specials of the evening.
Yes.
You've risen above the rest. You have the best seats in the house. You're watching from above, not from like the afterlife, but from a better position.
It's like you're all cupcakes, but 3 of you have sprinkles on top.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
People love a good sprinkle cupcake. You know what I'm saying? So 3 of you are the chosen ones. How did you become that? Very, very simple. We went ahead, went live. We put that On Point bat signal up, and y'all said, holy shit.
I'm out.
On Point is live. We must be there. And the first 3 people who got into this building, they are the specials. And they are fighting to be the February champs.
Woo.
Today is the last day for such a battle. There's multiple ways you can get on the banner, but the prime way right off the rip is going to be who is the best spot of the month.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'll tell you right now.
Let's go.
Today, I will tell you who the top 3 were. Okay. Who were the top 3 in the building? The question is, who are they? Doodle, goddamn it.
Who
indeed. Who indeed. Number 3 in the building was our homie, our boy, motherfucking Be Nice in the building. Shout out to our boy Be Nice. He is not fucking around. Number 3 in the building. He don't take no shit. No shit was taken by him. He is here.
No shit was taken by him?
Never. He clutches.
He clutches.
He's waiting for the FBs, baby. He's waiting. You got a surprise coming when you enter. You got a surprise coming when you enter because he takes no shits. He is holding it in for you.
No fudge.
Hashtag no fudge. Number 2 in the building.
Oh, shit.
It's our boy, our motherfucking homie, E-Regs in the building. Shout out to our boy E-Regs. He's not fucking around.
Does he take no shits?
He takes some shits. He takes some
Number 2
shits.
in the building.
Number 2. He's the number 2. He's definitely shit taker for sure. Now, the real question is, who is number 1?
Who?
The best spot of the night
Spot.
is our boy, motherfucking Pal Xbox for life. Shout out to the motherfucking man, Pal Xbox for life. Number 1 in the building, best spot of the night.
That's what I'm talking about.
He ain't messing around.
Oh,
Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Love it. Love to see it, man. All right, hold on. Let me update some shit. Okay, I gotta update some shit so that I treat everybody equally and correctly. All right, so first 3 people in the chat, boom, we got it. Pow, Xbox for life. Then we got our boy E Ranks in the game. That's right. And then we got our homie B motherfucking nice. Done. Dunzo, over with. Bada boom, bada bing. Shaka Khan. Mac 22 TH 54. All right, he was first. Put that $2 super chat. Okay, beautiful.
Be Nice
Boom.
says he's feeling out of control. He is having one heck of a night.
That's it. That's what we're talking about.
Damn, you
What it's all about. That's what it's all about.
digging it.
He's digging deep. He's digging deep. He's digging deep. You know who else is digging deep? The motherfucking homie Broke Boy. That's right. Broke Boy went ahead. Wait, did we do this already?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know what you're about to do.
Broke Boy gifted 5 on point for game membership.
Let's go.
Did we do that?
No.
I don't know why I just blanked out on that. Shout out to the motherfucking homie Broke Boy in the building. Went ahead and gifted 5 on point for gamer memberships, man. Shout out to the homie. Look, listen, I appreciate you, man. Y'all know what to do.
Tell him, baby.
Put that motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us tonight. And of course, our boy, Broke Boy.
Thank
You the man.
so much.
Everybody
Welcome.
in the chat right now. FBs in the chat.
Throw
Give it
them
to your boy.
in.
You know what he
Throw
likes.
them in.
Give it to him right.
He
I'm saying, don't disappoint him. Don't
You're nasty
disappoint him.
one too.
That's right. He is
He's
nasty.
waiting
He'd be waiting. He clutch just for you.
just for you.
Shout out to him, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate
Thank you
man.
so much.
Then you have the motherfucking Kenneth Williams in the building. Member for 20 months. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the support. He says, as a Destiny veteran, I'm downloading Marathon Server Slam and I'll give a shot. And if I want to buy it or not. Well, that's what you got to do, man. That's the point. Server live. The Server Slam is live. Check it out. If it floats your boat, go buy it. If it doesn't, buy it con Dios. You know what I'm saying? But update us in our Discord.
Let us know
what
you
think after you play it, and we'll see if we get a different conversation going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Besides the one of death and destruction.
Agreed.
For them,
Well, hopefully he'll like it.
Hopefully.
Right?
It's me, the Broke Boy, with that $2 super chat. I appreciate you, homie. Says, guess you're saying no marathon giveaway, huh? Listen, at this point, this is just be charity. This would be help support the devs.
Hashtag help support the devs.
Hashtag help support the devs. Oh man. Shout out to WTB for being a member for 12 months. Appreciate that support, man. Thank you so much. And then we have our motherfucking homie Ryuar Gaming. Shout out to our boy Ryuar at the last moment, last day of the month. He said, fuck this. I'm gonna go ahead and get this in with that 20 all point for gamer memberships, man. Shout out to our boy Ryuar.
Thank you.
Y'all know what to do.
Tell him, baby.
Put that motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us tonight. And of course, our boy Ryuar, man. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. You the man. Goddamn. Go ahead and put the FBs in the chat for him.
Throw them in.
Put the FBs in the chat. You know what he likes. He's been doing it for a while. Give it to him right. It's the only fair thing to do. All right. He's a good guy. All right. Sometimes you just do it when you don't really want to.
You like it like that.
Nice. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Oh my God. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
All right. Don't give him no blue balls.
Oh,
right?
shit.
Just be kind. You know what I'm saying?
Blue is not his color, guys. All right. So.
Oh, all right. So, guys, what we're gonna get started with is I want our boy Hargeet, man. It's been so long. We have him here live in the building again. I want to hear from him about what he feels about this entire shakeup at Xbox, and what he feels about it, what's his outlook on it. Is it the end of the world? Is Xbox dead? These are all the thoughts that we need from our boy motherfucking Hargeet. So before he does that, though, I am going to take a chapter real quick so I know that this is the time that Hargeet speaks. Hargeet, the floor is yours.
All right. Yeah, so somewhat surprising but not unexpected, right? Like it was kind of hinted at that this was coming. We're going to have Phil retire, and I kind of get it. Like he's getting up in age, and he's like, how much more is he going to do? I was expecting it to kind of ride out through the 25th anniversary, right? Do the celebration and then call it quits.
Dip out.
Yeah, and so it's not surprising to me that it's happening. There's some of this is kind of like we're getting all this like secondhand information, like or background information, right? Rumors, as to whether like this was really kind of like, okay, cool, we get it. Like you want to go, why don't we just do it now? Or, should we just kind of make the switch now? There's other rumors that this wasn't even Satya, this was the board saying, hey, we need to kind of change what's going on. And maybe they said, all right, let's just pull the trigger and do this now. I don't know if I'd say they fired him, but I think they just kind of accelerated things and said, all right, you know what? If you want to go, like, let's just make that happen and let's just move on. I think they were seeing kind of a decline.
You want to go take a knitting class?
I don't know what he wants to do next, but and maybe we should just say that. I've been saying this in all the podcasts I'm on. First off, Phil, congratulations on retiring. Thank you for everything you did. You're a legend in the gaming arena. You've done so many great things. I've certainly enjoyed some of the major moves you've made. Some of them maybe haven't landed the way people wanted, but some of the things you did were fantastic. And bringing Xbox One, bringing that gen back, and making Xbox kind of rise up from that massive like letdown or whatever you want to call it from the industry perspective. I think you did a fantastic job bringing it back. And certainly you garnered a lot of respect from a lot of your peers. And within the industry, like, look, there are people on the PlayStation side that keep piling on him. Some even on the Xbox side piled on him. But a lot 100%. Of us respect Phil. A lot of us respect Phil. Yes. And so I just want to say that, as an Xbox fan, as a gaming fan, I appreciate what you did. I hope you enjoy your retirement. Go hang out with your family, and long life, enjoy, and have fun. Hopefully you'll be online and we'll play games together, and you'll continue to enjoy the medium, and then do whatever else you want to do in retirement. And like you said, do the knitting. I don't care what he wants to do. Go have fun, right? You certainly earned it. You've made your money. Go enjoy your retirement. As far as like the timing of things, it could be that they're saying, all right, look, we see the kind of the place that Xbox is in. Is it healthy from a market perspective to have this constant negativity around it? And whether that's earned or not, it is what it is, right? That is where it is. And maybe Microsoft's like the board is saying, yes, I understand Satya wants this, and I understand that Phil's kind of placating that and saying, let's go with it. But maybe that wasn't the right direction. And to really shake things up, you kind of need to do sort of a reset on the management side. It'd be one thing to say, all right, hey, Phil, go back and do the stuff you used to do. The problem is he's already done this change, and then it would be going back, and it'd be like, okay, nobody's going to trust him. And that kind of sucks. I hate that about the whole situation, because like Phil didn't deserve that. Like he is really, I think he's one of the better ones that actually did this, because he is at heart a gamer, and he was looking at what we would want, right? And it kind of stinks that it had to go down this path. There was a time where like he was so respected even in Microsoft that like when they're doing what was it, like the 40th anniversary or whatever, right? The only people that spoke were like ex-CEOs and Phil, and like that's the level of reverence he has in the company. Like, and now it's kind of at this point, and so it's disappointing that kind of ended that way. But he's still there in sort of an advisory capacity. He'll be there through the summer. I really, really hope they bring back FanFest and bring Phil back and like have a fan celebration with Phil, because I think he kind of deserves it. Like he really was a big force in Xbox's history, but not only in Xbox, and just gaming in general. So anyway, like was it shocking? Yeah, it was shocking to see that happen like that, right? It wasn't like a, hey, we're gonna do a transition. They're also transitioning away from basically where they were, because Sarah's gone too, right? So they basically said, we're flipping the script. Something's wrong. We want to change the whole thing, right? So I that's where it kind of becomes more nebulous to me. They bring in Asha. She's got this history of like trying to do better engagement, bring in customers. I just don't know how it's going to work out. And what will she do to change the current setup to actually switch that around? What I see is a lot of like, if you talk to somebody who's like, these are the things you need to tell the gamers, she's saying all that. She's not a gamer. And that's the part that scares me. It's more, somebody else is in her ear saying, say these things. But if it was from her heart, that's one thing, right? If it was Phil saying that, I'd believe him because I know Phil, right? But I don't know what her tie to gaming is. It's very new to her, right? Saying all these things sounds great on paper, but I've also heard a lot of corporate talk. And so I want to see action. I want to see how this plays out. I'll give her the leeway. I'll give her the opportunity to prove herself out. If
she
she's
said
really
she was going to
about,
be learning, right? Like she said that she's going to take the time to kind of learn what all this
so
means.
I expect nothing to realistically change for 6 months to a year, right? It's just the way it is. She's going to take some time. There might be minor things that change here and there, fine, right? But by and large, I think whatever Phil has set up, it's going to kind of continue. They already have a nice roadmap for games. That's great. And Matt's still there. He's still, running all the studios. That's still happening, right? So they obviously saw that was fine. That piece was fine. It's the rest. And so something needed to change. So we will see what that means. So is it a good thing or a bad thing? Look, change is interesting. It can sometimes be really good. It can be sometimes really bad. Something needed to change though, right? The image of Xbox has been constantly down. I mean, it's funny that I have to have things like this, right? That should not be the case. It's an industry meme at this point. Xbox dead. Xbox dead.
Yep.
So is she the one that's going to now? I've no new ones. I'll take myself out just so you guys can see it. Is make Xbox not dead again.
Not dead again. Oh my god.
Right? Or make Xbox great again. And like, look, if she can pull that off, that's fantastic. I would love to see the image of Xbox turn around, right?
Because the problem is that Xbox is already great, right?
Yep.
And there's nothing to like make great again. It's just something that has been put out there, and it's like everyone's go-to on social media, on freaking Twitter. It is crazy. But I will tell you this, Hargeet, I know you're not on social media. First of all, agree with what you said, and we've had our conversations about this topic on the last few shows. But freaking Phil is a legend, right? He will always be known for very meaningful and impactful changes in the gaming industry. So that said, they're already talking shit about her. And it's like, I will tell you that everyone had the gamer in there, right? Phil. And he couldn't manage, according to people, right? Phil needed to get fired. The the narrative out there. He couldn't do anything without it being wrong and it being challenged and Xbox getting dragged. So the idea of she's not a gamer, if she knows business and she knows the work that she's supposed to go in there and do, then that's all it freaking takes. Again, the gamer was there and he was treated like shit no matter what he did. No matter what he did. And it's a freaking shame because I will say, I haven't mentioned this, but like I remember being concerned because he lost so much weight so fast. And it's like, who knows what he was going through? Who knows that what we don't, obviously we don't know everything. We don't know Phil like that to know if something has taken place. Maybe he's sick of also dealing with all this bullshit back and forth. I can't do anything right. And maybe I need to just go and spend some time with my family and the people that actually look at me like I'm worth something no matter what. So like it is true. Like this can get tiring to his family. He means the world. People out there now, you know, people may come out and say, oh, well, he was a gamer, Phil was this, or he was that. But the things that were said about Phil, it's like, why was the time not taken to appreciate him while he was there? Now people want to talk crap about it and how great he was when all he did was step on rakes and freaking not know how to market shit right and not know what to do when it comes to Xbox. So I just think that we need to kind of like, yes, she is there to do a job. She got the job. She is saying the right things. And obviously a lot of people had a lot of concerns when it comes to AI and, you know, they're trying to clean the image, you know, AI, no AI slap and this and that. And obviously some things are being said because it is what the public needs to hear to ease their mind. But at the end of the day, Satya put her in charge and he picked her for a reason and she took the job for a reason. So regardless of how it sits with people, she has nothing to prove to us and everything to prove to him and to herself. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. I think a lot of people are taking this stance of like, show me. And it's like, no, she's got a job to do. She's going to go ahead and handle that how she needs to handle that. But this idea and entitlement that I've seen all over social media, it's crazy. The disrespect of, you know, she can get it. And it's like, dude, she don't want it from you. She probably won't touch you with a 10-foot pole. And it's like, she's a female. Like, what are you guys doing? You sound like animals out there.
Fucking losers.
Well, that's always the case. This is why I'm not on social media, right? But to your point, one thing you mentioned, you know, one of the things that's unfortunate, and I won't name names, but you all know, there were many, many, many Xbox fans that really turned on Phil. And that
absolutely
can't be taken easily, right? Like somebody's got to feel a way when that happens, right? They opened up a lot to those folks, and then the betrayal, like unfortunately that happened, right? And so so when you know, again, I don't know the internals of all that. To your point, like the health maybe is an issue. Vince just passed away, right? And that was just a shocking, like, you know, accident. You just never know, right? I'm sure he's looking around saying, dude, my friend from like, you know, forever just died. And like, you know, if I keep taking this kind of brunt of crap, is it worth it? Am I just better served by spending whatever time I have left? You know, let me just do that with my family. Like he's well off, right? He's worth like 20-30 million dollars. He does not need to work. He does not need to work, right? And so you just sit there and say like, okay, like, why do I need to take this crap? I'm constantly like being, you know, bombarded with bullshit. And it's like, what is the value of that? Like, I keep doing this for the gaming community and they keep giving me crap. It's like, okay, well then fine. I'll just go.
Dude, how many times did Doodle say it over all the times where it's like, bro, you keep giving him shit when he's trying to do this stuff for you. So if he's doing this stuff for you, keep giving him shit. At what point does that phrase, you know, you don't bite the hand that feeds you, start to fuck with it, right? Like if he's giving, and all you're doing is fucking giving him shit for it, it's like, fuck you then.
Exactly. And that's the thing, like to do something, I don't know how he feels about gathering up with fans. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, it will be for the
I think
fans,
he loved
not
that.
for him.
I've asked him many, a couple. He loves that. He loved being amongst the community, right? But some of these things they sting when it's people that you trusted to
But
be
that's the
your
problem, Hargeet.
your
So
fan,
obviously he's gonna
and
say he loves it. And yes, we saw who he was and what he kind of was pulling back a lot more than he used to. And it's like, you can start with your right foot forward, as positive as you want to freaking be, and want to
yeah,
be talking to the community and being a part of what you think is something great, and you're giving these players what they want and they should be
yeah,
excited about it because you worked so hard to make it happen, and then they just spit at you, right? And they treat you like you're nothing. It's true. It was that. And these are the messages that we saw out there on Twitter. Who knows? Like any freaking DMs, private message, you don't know what, and people are so loose with words. You don't know what you're going to say that is going to trigger someone. And people need to be a
yeah.
lot more careful. And you did see him pull back a bit more. So yes, when I say that, he can say all he wants, but the fact that, he was pulling back, and the fact that these people freaking stabbed him in the back over and over again, like it didn't need to play out that way. So I don't
But it did, yeah.
see it being a thing
Sad.
that he should want to run out there and do,
Yeah.
other than
So
an
there's
image
more,
thing.
right? There's more to the whole story, of course. There's the Sarah Bond part of it. And we're hearing some things about like the sort of work style that she has.
Well, that's actually gonna be the topic that
And
we're
that's
gonna go
another,
into.
okay, so we'll leave that
Yeah,
topic.
we'll talk
The
about
other
next.
part you mentioned about Satya assigning, it wasn't Satya who apparently it wasn't Satya who appointed Asha, it was the board. So this is an override of Satya as well. So whatever Satya was trying to say, hey, I want all these things, I think the board saw it as not working, and they said we need this consumer brand to work. So I have some optimism that if that's what's happening, maybe Asha is the right person for this. And basically this is an image reset, and it gives her an opportunity to kind of say all the stuff that Phil and Sarah did can now kind of be messaged a different way, reset, changed, whatever it is, right? So
It can
we'll see
also
what
be
that means.
a marketing pitch as well, Hargeet, because
100%.
Satya has been very verbal about AI and what he wants taking place, and she's very fluid in AI, right? And if you disconnect the two, and you disconnect the fact that he brought her in, maybe the conversations about the idea that he brought her in to just give us AI will die, right? So it's all tactical. We don't know what's true and what isn't. We just know the narrative that they kind of dictate out there. But when you think about it, you have to disconnect the two if you want the conversation about AI to stop, considering her background.
Yeah, well, part of her background, right? She's done a lot of other things where it had nothing to do with AI, right? And that other
No, we
part
talked about her whole resume,
is
but yeah,
good.
part of
Yeah.
her background, but considering her
So
background when it comes to AI.
yeah, and I would expect AI to be a part of any of the gaming world. It's just going to happen.
100%.
There's no way around that. So there will be some AI thingies happening. I'll just leave it at that. At some point, something will happen there. Look, I think there's other things afoot that are somewhat good. I think there's some change in the way that they're looking at community engagement again, and hopefully that means things will change. And they will start doing something better on the marketing front, on the community front. You guys saw like the image of Major Nelson with Asha. There could be something going on there. That's pretty good. There's potential for FanFest. It could come back. There's a lot of things going there, right? So we will see. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm definitely leery when I see a lot of corporate speak and a lot of things where she's saying things that I know she didn't come up with because somebody else had to tell her all these things are happening, right? No,
But
it
that's
could
good.
be.
That's good
It
because
could
if
be.
somebody's saying it, no matter what, that's the motion forward, right? If somebody's saying this to her and she's saying it, that means she's accepting that as the truth. And that's part of her learning, right? Like that's part of her understanding process.
But here's the problem, right? She's going to look at the business part of it, because this is all like the fun part of it, right? The fan part of it. Okay, these are the things they want to hear. But then she's going to have to look at the business part of it and say, does that work that way? And this is the balancing act Phil had to deal with, right? So we will see, right? The messaging could change a bit. Maybe that makes it a bit better as far as the image. I don't know. There's been a constant thing. Even before Sarah came on, even before we had sort of the Phil starting to bring things around. There's always been this constant thing of piling on Xbox. That's just been there. This, I've been calling it the Xbox tax for like a long time. People have finally caught on that, yeah, there's an Xbox tax, and this may not go away. I don't know if it does. We had another incident with the first interview with Jazz, and unfortunately somebody at Kind of Funny kind of
oh dude, that's a whole thing
on.
Oh, it's all over.
It's disappointing. Yeah, it's disappointing that happened. But again, like, why should that matter, right? Ultimately, it's an interview. It gives you some context. They should know how that works, right? That it's not like this is unknown. Greg was officially media, and maybe it's not his entire team here at Kind of Funny understands that. That's fine, right? So but I hate people. I don't do it, right? I don't go after any of these people. I don't go after community people. I just don't like seeing that kind of thing happen. Shout out to Jazz for getting the interview, putting out information that's really cool for us to hear. But like, if you want to have better interviews, go get the interview, right? Go set it up. Make sure you can do it.
But it was up to them where they went
like
ahead and did the interview, right? And it's crazy, because I did hear a bit about it, about how they would have
harder questions.
Yes, the harder questions, and we would have challenged the answers or something like that.
But
something to that reference. And it's like,
yeah,
maybe that's why, right? Maybe they just want to have a peaceful freaking interview with people who are not trying to figure out how to, have them say something that can be twisted or put out there in a.
You know what's funny, babes?
Yeah.
Somebody went ahead and said, Kind of Funny saying that to ask the hard questions.
Mhm.
And then they clipped a bunch of Kind of Funny interviews with all these people asking them the stupidest fucking questions. This is a fun fact. People want to go ahead, and I see it all the time. Oh, they never ask the tough questions. If I had the interview, I would have done this.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid to burn the connections. Cool. So what you want is to do one interview for the rest of your life. Nobody's going to do an interview with you anymore, because what you want to do is trap people. No one is coming to talk to you to get trapped. Okay.
No one's coming to talk to you to get trapped. And if they sense that, do you think they're going to open up to you more? Or do you have a better chance of having a normal conversation?
They're going to deflect anyway.
Exactly.
They're going to not answer your question. And then the next time you say, hey, this thing happened, you want to come on the show? And he's busy. Oh, he's booked for so long. Oh, he's not in the country. He doesn't even live here anymore. We don't even know he's alive.
So
like,
part of this
type of crazy.
Yeah, part of this, unfortunately, like, and I guess maybe Blessing didn't understand that this is not a normal interview, right? This is them presenting the new thing to the world. So Jazz will, and he said this, he had other questions, but this was filtered. There's just no way around it. And so this was a PR based interview. In the future, there might be opportunity for those kind of things.
All interviews
are. It was not gonna like
all interviews are.
Phil was very nice to allow those kind of things where it was open question, but this was just not going to be that. This was much more of them trying to tell you these are the things we're looking at. So, Jez can put in the questions, but it was going to be, these are the ones we'll answer, because they wanted the PR answers. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. She doesn't know the business. That's just the reality. So she's only going to be able to answer things that are vetted and cleared, That's where they are, right? If it was, Phil's been in that business forever, right? So he can openly answer things because he knows what's going on, right? Asha's just coming into this, and it's just a reality. Matt certainly knows everything. That's fine, but it's not Matt's role to now supersede Asha. That's just not the way it is. So this was always going to be like this, and again, I don't mean to pile on anybody. It's too bad. Like, Blessing didn't understand that this is just not that way. Greg would know that, right? Because he's done these kind of things. He would know that. There's certain ones where this is the way it is, and you have to just deal with that. But they're welcome to go do it. They have Paris. They have plenty of these. They just had an interview with Todd Howard, right? It's like, go vie for the next interview. No issues. Go do your version. You want somebody else to do it, they're all looking to do it. I'm sure Ryan's looking to get an interview from IGN. I get that. That's fine. And maybe there will be future opportunity. But right now, they're just starting. It's the first week. She just got in. She has to learn that business and understand what's going to happen. They're not going to have very clear answers because she just doesn't know the answers yet, right? So this is what it was going to be. And that to me is something you should just know, right? It's like, we want to ask hard-hitting questions. She won't know the answer. She's just going to say, I have to learn that. And like, what's the point of that then? Right.
And then they'll say, oh, she gave a PR answer.
Or they'll say she doesn't even know what she's doing, and they brought her in. That's exactly how they would try to spin it, right? And how Xbox is cooked and it's still dead, because somehow it's dead and it's still functioning, and it keeps just undying every single day.
You know what's a question when somebody when you ask the question and you don't like the answer, you know what that's considered? That's considered a loaded question. You did it with the intention of knowing that you were going to get some answer that was going to make them look bad. And you're pissed that they did not go ahead and fall for your fucking stupid ass question. That's dumb. Anybody with half a brain would ever fucking indict themselves. You know what I'm saying? No matter whether it's real or not, they're never going to say something that makes it make sense to you,
and she can
want them to fail,
and she can know as much as whatever. She can know a lot about it and still not be comfortable to start making the rounds.
Not now, right? And it's
and
now
that's her prerogative, and that's the decision that they need to make. I think the idea of like bashing an interview or saying that you could have done a better job, you could have said, I wish that there were more questions, or I wish I could have asked this, right?
But he said that himself in the interview.
Yes, he said it himself, right? So it's like, she was kind of trying to clarify. They were trying to kind of clarify what their intent was with their wording on some of the things that were said and what the plans are, right? What she needs to do moving forward. But anything, not much other than that. I think that kudos for getting that interview. Good. That's it. That's as far as that needs to go. If you get one yourselves, celebrate it then. And honestly, after what was put out there, I don't know how comfortable they're going to be, how soon. Maybe they will, but like, that wasn't cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's too bad. I again, I don't like bashing anybody. Shout out to Jess for getting the interview, and I want to uplift all community members. Like, that's great. That helps his channel. It also helps all of us just learn a little bit more, and that's kind of what we need to do. I'm sure there'll be opportunity for more, but you pointed out the right things here. She isn't ready to give you more because she hasn't learned it. So she will learn more, and then in the next 6 months, a year, we'll start getting more information when she's ready, right? I remember the interview that Destin had with Phil, where he asked, so Steam's coming, right? That kind of thing happens because there's a rapport already built, and Phil is very well knowledgeable about what's going on, right? He understands his business already because he's done it, right? And so Destin can ask that and get the wink, like the smile, and just leave it at that, right? So there's no confirmation or anything, but that's okay when you're at that level. They're not at that level right now, and so you have to give a little bit of grace. It's going to be okay. Absolutely. Over time. You'll get those hard-hitting questions in. It's fine, but that's not going to happen today. And even if IGN did it, I guarantee you Ryan would have the same stipulations, right? If it's Ryan doing it, it'd be like, nope, you can ask these things. Right now, we're not at the stage where you can just ask whatever. It's just the way it is, right? It's going to be more PR-like, unfortunately. And then later on, yes, obviously open up to whatever you want, right? It's just the way it goes. And so, fine. But let's not harp on that. As far as Asha, look, I think there's potential here. You're saying like she's getting good information in her ears. I'm worried about the other side of it. Eventually, Satya is the boss, and so he will be saying, "I want this, this, and this." And Amy Hood's like, "Where's my profits?" And you have to measure that across. So
what's my only thing with that, and this is just my 2 cents with this idea of like what Satya and Amy Hood and all, like. Look, at the end of the day, businesses run on someone holding you accountable for making money. That's the way business runs. So like you can't be worried that Satya was in Phil's ear no matter, even when Xbox was tiny, they still had thoughts on what Xbox should be doing, just at a smaller scale, right? Because they were small, so they weren't expecting as much. But let's be clear. The idea of what might happen to Xbox is like having fear of what's going to happen to Windows. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, Windows is a pillar of the company, right? No one's wondering if fucking Linux is going to overtake Windows. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not happening. Windows is not going anywhere. It's going to adapt and change and grow and become more AI infused over time. Sure.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a pillar, right? Well, guess what? That pillar that you can't imagine being changed or deleted or gone away, sometimes that pillar does worse than Xbox does. Okay. Sometimes Xbox does better than Windows. And that is something to understand, that Xbox is now a pillar. This is not a question of, is it going to be doing so bad that they get rid of? No, it's too big to fail. They won't let it. They'll do everything.
It's not even the too big to fail. It's the one consumer business that's working, right? It's the one consumer business that they actually have that pulls a lot of customers in to that Microsoft ecosystem, which is good for them, right? And especially it has a tie to children, and there's a reason you need that, because if you don't have anything that makes the next generation want to do business with you, your business starts to have like, well, I don't want to deal with them, right? Instead, if you're like, no, we want you to play Minecraft, we want you to play games that you enjoy, so that you say Microsoft, oh, Microsoft gave me that, that's right, I like that, so let me go get Office, right? That's the way it is. They want you to think that that company cares about your enjoyment, and that consumer business is so important. And so I think the board is recognizing that. There's another part of this where the AI bet that Satya is making had a massive financial impact on the Microsoft stock, right? Where they lost $500 billion in market cap. That's not good. The board is not going to sit there going, oh, whoopee. They're going to say, you better turn that around. So I would not be surprised that there's a lot of that kind of talk going on with the board and Satya to say, you got a quarter, you got 2 quarters, that better come back. Because ultimately he's responsible for that. He's spent a lot of money on AI. And if it's not going to do the turnaround and the shareholders are like, we don't see it, right? That puts his job in the hot seat. And so again, Asha being appointed by the board, I don't know what they structured there, right? She outright said something that you would not expect if Satya is your boss. I'm not going to make AI slop. When Satya himself says, I hate the term slop, right? So again, I have hope, but it's hesitance. I have hesitance until I see it in action, because I've heard a lot of corporate speak in the world, right? But if it's the board saying, forget all that stuff that Satya wants, forget all that stuff that Amy wants, I want this brand to survive, Asha, go make it happen, right? Then that's a very different directive. And if that's the case, she's not beholden to Satya, she's beholden to the board. And the whole point is to turn it around so that the consumer-facing business that was doing well becomes something healthy again, right? So we have a potential for that. But again, I wait and see. I'll just wait and see.
Well, I guess
I hope.
I guess the thing is that everybody has to wait and see.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
there's
Like
no option.
there's no choice, there's no option,
choice.
there's nobody.
Exactly.
You can't be like, you know what? I'm actually not gonna wait and see. The only way you could do that is if what you're saying is you're going to sell your Xbox, sell your PC, and you're gaming strictly on a PlayStation or a Nintendo. That's your I'm not waiting around. If you're throwing a tantrum online saying, this chick is whatever, she's whatever, and blah 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 blah, and you're still with your Xbox,
I don't play with that. And I've heard worse
because you're not going anywhere and doing anything. There's nothing to
100%.
do. We all are in the same boat. We all are looking and saying that right now, the only thing we can get from her, the only thing we can ask from her is to show us our plan. Just like with games, right? We don't know if a game's going to fucking be good. We have no fucking idea until we're playing it.
Right.
But what happens?
Exactly.
We get a roadmap. We look and you see everything you want to see. You see the pretty graphics, the good-looking gunplay.
Oh, cool. It looks
story
good.
looks cool. Everything looks good. And then a game comes out and it sucks dick. Or a game comes out and is the best ever. You don't know, right? But you hope because why? You see everything you want to see. You hear everything you want to hear about the game. Let's stop acting like this is a separate fucking thing. It's not. If you ever been hyped for a game, shut the fuck up about her because all you could do is listen to what she's telling you. And if she's saying the stuff that aligns with what we want from the next CEO, someone who is forward thinking, but also looking at the past to see how can we revisit that initial spark that Xbox had in the beginning. I want that shit. I want to hear that fighting spirit. She said she wants the studios to take risk. What else? Like she's coming out, she's telling it not just to you. You think she's gonna say it to you, then go into the studio and be like, whoa, what the fuck is this game? This is risky as hell. Oh, you thought I meant that shit? No, motherfucker. No risk.
And there's always that fear. There's always that fear, and that's one of my fears. I like games like Keeper coming out. I like games like Grounded coming out.
Matt Booty even cross-signed it and said that we had this discussion right off the rip. Our studios are built this way. We make small games, big games, huge games. We're gonna do it all. That's the way we function. That's the way we work.
I hope that continues. That's what I want.
The idea needs to be that Asha is coming out, and for me, as a lifelong Xbox fan from before that shit even shipped, okay, from when I got that electronic magazine that showed that fucking Silver X and the announcement of the Xbox the first time ever, from that moment I fell in love with what this console was going to be. I couldn't wait, the power, everything. From a lifelong Xbox fan, she is saying everything that I want to hear. And she has she's not doing it with an empty roster. She has Matt Booty, the killer, the I want to spend PlayStation out of businessman. He's there. The same guy who's in charge, let's keep it a buck, with the last year of 14 games or 13 games that we got first party. He oversees the games. He oversaw them. And he gave it to her. This year, the games we got coming, he oversaw it. He gave it to us. He has more power now. He's even more powerful than before. And the fact, and this is what I really want you to understand, great leaders know where they're weak and they know who they can trust. And the fact of the matter is she knows goddamn well that she's not a powerhouse in the gaming mindset, right? She doesn't have all the intricacies of that. But you know who the fuck does?
Matt does.
Our midway boy. That's right.
Long time.
The guy who's been in Xbox for a long time and who's been he's a developer who's been gaming forever.
Yeah.
He is the right-hand man.
Look,
you know what I'm saying? You're not afraid of the Godfather, you're afraid of his dude.
And who
you know what I'm saying? Who
him?
he sends to get you. That's who you're afraid of.
Promoted him, right?
Exactly.
So I mean, this is all.
Hargeet, I want to go real quick to Cypher Type 1. I love this comment. He says nothing good ever comes from speculating about Xbox. I swear people will overthink themselves into a PlayStation fan. 100%. 100%.
That's not happening
That's the
to
pony
me,
body,
anyways.
and then before they know it, they're just out here claiming they love Xbox, but they talk like a PlayStation fan, and they just fuel the narrative, because a lot of the narrative that the media and these ponies put out there have been reinforced by these pony bots.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, and again, I'm not going to name names, but there's a lot of people out there who have done this switcheroo thing. I don't care. That's
It's
just
so
not for me.
annoying, dude. It's so annoying. Like I get so sick of the bullshit that these performances that these people, like these motherfuckers wish they were fucking play actors. Like these motherfuckers want to be on stage on Broadway.
I don't get it.
That's all I see is these are performances that you're putting on for the world.
I respect more someone that's on Xbox and flips over and says, you know what, I'm on PlayStation right now, than someone who pretends to be on Xbox and all they do is talk shit about Xbox.
I want to see the pitchforks for all the PlayStation executives who are not gamers.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Where's the pitchforks there?
Like Jim Ryan? I mean, like, Jesus, that guy just totally destroyed PlayStation. But anyways.
But he did his thing. At a time, he did his thing.
Before he took over US PlayStation.
And look, there's two platforms when it comes to Xbox, right? We always tend to just look at the console. And I get it. That's very important. But remember, they own Windows, and PC is a massive platform. So no matter what, I'm covered. I don't care. I've got a PC and I've got the Xbox. So as long as my games come to PC or Xbox, I don't care. I'm good, right? I'm eating good. And Game Pass is something I enjoy. If it stays, that's awesome. And if it gives me games on both my console and my PC, again, I'm eating happy. I'm great. This is all good stuff for me. So we'll see where they go with it. I have seen a lot of negativity, going towards Asha. It's the same with Sarah, by the way, who is getting some pretty disgusting comments about her vis-a-vis being a woman and doing certain things. And I'm like, geez, like that just should not be in the conversation. I don't know why the heck it was. But now you hear a lot of the same kind of bullshit. And I wish that kind of stuff just would go away. Let's let her earn her position and find out what she does. Just that's all we need, right? It's like she's there. She's had a lot of history of doing the right things in different, companies to exactly do what they need to do with Xbox, which is reinvigorate the user base. That's what she's being put in place to do. Okay, let's give her a chance to do that. I hate the DEI negativity, the nepotism negativity. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that kind of shit just needs to stop. Let's give her a chance.
Absolutely.
Give her the grace.
She already earned that position. That's why she has it. Maintaining it's a different situation, but she earned that. She worked for that. She's put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to have another thought about this before we move on to the other topics. I do have another thought I want to kind of put out there and see, baby, what you think, and Hargeet. But before we do that, we have a lot of homies who kind of started chatting with us. So let's jump in real quick.
Go.
We got the homie My Tui.
Yo.
Shout out to our boy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the $2 super chat.
Thank you, love.
Hello to my 3 favorite Xbox podcasters.
That means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, fam. I'm gonna give you a little pop for that one. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. You got a boy. It's me, the broke boy. Shout out with that $2 super chat. Says send a PlayStation game in trouble article to your DM. Is it Marathon or probably I think I've seen some. I'll just double check very quickly while I'm here so I don't fuck around and forget that you sent it. But dun 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 dun. Yeah. It's a fucking Fair Game Studio bullshit. They're letting go. They're not re-upping on contractors or whatever. So contractors
gee, I wonder what's about to happen. I wonder what's about. Okay, like if you didn't already hear, there are rumors that there are more studio closures coming. And would it shock anybody if Haven is closed? Anybody?
How is Haven not already closed? How is Media Molecule not already closed? Listen, shout out to Media Molecule. I'm not wishing on their grave. Like I hope they find a way to keep living. They're like cockroach at this point. I don't know how they're still alive, but they did a lot, but I feel like they did a lot a very, very, very long time ago. And then they worked on one game for like 48 years, Dreams, that is
I
nothing but
know,
a
right?
fucking nightmare. It's
But
gone. I mean,
let's
still
put
people
that
use
all
it, but
together
whatever.
on the Bluepoint discussion
Yeah, we'll
because
talk
it's
about it over
totally
there.
relevant to that topic, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll keep it there. Good point. So yes, we will talk about it over there. Shout out to the homie motherfucking Mad Leprechaun in the building. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you for that $10 super chat, man. Shout out to you, bro. Says games I'm looking forward to are Resident Evil 9, bro. The moment's here, baby. Marvel Maximum Collection, Ill looks pretty cool. And Mouse PI for Hire. Mouse PI for Hire is my jam, bro. I'm really looking forward to that.
Bro,
one.
that Lego Batman, there's more trailers. I can't wait to play Lego
please
Batman.
don't get me. There's so many games, dude. There's so many games. It's crazy. Which in my humble opinion look more fun and interesting than Marathon. Yes. I mean, that's like, come on, that's a no-brainer. But yes, Lego Batman looks fucking fire too. God damn it. That's so good. All right. Got our boy Mac22TH 54 with a build with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Says Hargeet, it's a reflex for them to pile on Xbox.
It is.
You know, Mac, you're so right. And it's just, what's sad is that if it were just one side, that's different. Right? Because that's expected. It's expected when you see the other side going in.
Yeah, talking shit.
It's just,
yeah, for sure.
It's just when you see this side of the fence doing it nonstop. And it's like, fam, like what?
Ease the F up, bro. Like
fuck?
what? Like it's just a lot of times without like reasoning.
Agreed.
Like just chill the fuck out.
It's
no need for smoke.
I know the answer. The answer is simple. They always want to look good to their PlayStation friends. And if they don't have PlayStation friends, they're looking for PlayStation friends. All right. They want the PlayStation friends to know that they keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Real.
I get a picture of that right there.
Clip it. You know what I'm saying? That's the new logo. I'm putting on all my thumbnails. Keeping it real. That's it. It's just like, come on, man, stop. You got the homie Broke Boy in the building with that $5 which I appreciate. Your homie says, if Aisha decided to go to Kind of Funny for her first interview, would they say, no, don't do our show, do a bigger games media outlet? Hell no. They say thank you.
Right? Oh my gosh, seriously.
I'd love that too. And it would involve Paris. Paris, you know, is awesome at doing these. Absolutely. I would have no problem with that. But look, you know, they don't need to pile on anybody. That's what needs to happen. So I think hopefully Greg fixes that.
Well, supposedly like, Greg on Twitter, Jez said that Greg reached out to him and everything's kind of good. So I guess he went and apologized.
That's what I figured, right? Because they all understand, and like, you know, Greg literally was journalist. He was
blessing.
Yeah.
Like that's just like when you're on a platform like that, it disrespectful.
Reflects on Greg, right? Because it's Greg's platform,
it is.
Right.
So it is. They forget that, right? Like Blessing forgot that he was the dude who had another podcast and was hoping and begging that Greg would bring him on, and then Greg went ahead and brought him on. He was so happy, but now it's been so long since then that he forgot that moment. And it's like, bitch, Greg built this shit. You are brought along, okay? You're in what he built. Don't disrespect the situation. Like, he likes PlayStation, but I haven't heard him ever be disrespectful to another journalist or somebody else doing something in the field. You know what I'm saying? Unless they're an asshole or some shit, that's different. But
yeah.
So yeah, you just gotta, you know, bitch, be humble, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's my favorite. Humble. That's my favorite Fortnite dance. Anytime we kill somebody, we just be humble. Sit down.
Oh my gosh.
Bitch, it's great. We got Game Shark in the building. Twinkle, twinkle, baby.
Oh,
that $5 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Says, hoping to see Phil make an appearance at June Showcase would be a great PR move and passing of the torch.
I love that. Moment. I would love that. I would love to see him there. Yeah.
I mean, technically he's staying on for till then, right? So it would be great to see, but I don't think he should be at the, I mean, I don't know, maybe we could get your opinions on it. I don't think he should be at the actual like screen event that we're seeing. I think he should be at like the place
there, but not
maybe they do an interview and he's
so
there, he does it. I don't know if he needs to be on stage. This is her first time.
Yeah, this is
like, I think she needs to pop off, and I don't think
absolutely. But have you been to a fan fest?
The actual fan fest?
No. Okay. So what they usually have, they have that screen time thing. I fully agree. The screen time thing should be Asha, right? Asha and Matt. Matt is pretty much the main one there. Fair enough. It's going to also be Greenberg. That's great. What the Fan Fest is after that. And that's basically celebration time. You get to walk around and talk to all the people that are a part of Xbox. They have events and all that kind of stuff. That's where Phil should be. So Phil should just be around talking to people. And that I think that'll be
she
awesome.
should have her moment, her spotlight.
Yeah, so she should be running it. That's fair. And then Phil will just kind of be there just to meet the fans. That's it. Just to like have a last hurrah
and say his goodbyes, the last hurrah.
Yeah, and maybe on his way out, he can go ahead and say "Twinkle Twinkle Baby."
Twinkle Twinkle.
You know,
that's it. Fill out. It just dramatically goes away to puff of smoke. Oh man, no, I feel that, bro. I feel that. You got the homie Simple Jack in the building with that $5 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Says every time Kind of Funny gets called out for things, they use their favorite defense. We aren't games journalists. We are a gaming news show, so they shouldn't talk. But yeah, and you're right. But it's still bad, you know. And again, listen. Let me just be 100% clear. I'm not above talking shit. Okay, if there's people out there who do what we do, and I feel like they disrespect or they're talking shit or they're annoying me or whatever, I will talk my shit. But again, it is what it is. I'm saying that for somebody like them who is in a certain place, I would say, a certain level, to go ahead and, again, Jez wasn't talking shit to Kind of Funny. Jez didn't say, even like Kind of Funny had nothing to do with what Jez did. And to start taking shots at Jez, not because of a bad opinion or whatever, you're saying he's bad at his job. That's crazy for you to come out and say, like, what? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. This dude runs. Let's look, you can feel what you want to feel about Jez, right? But this motherfucking guy has been running that goddamn website by himself forever. He has these people that he brings in, but they keep firing everybody. You know what I'm saying? And they just keep him, and then he has to start again. It's like every time he gets to a level where he has a bunch of people under him and he's like fucking rocking, they fucking go ahead and take it from him because of the money. And you know, it sucks, but like, dude, the guy's a fighter, bro. If all else, this dude's out there, he's putting the website on his back and he's just fucking trying to get shit done. You know, so you know, you could talk shit about him for his takes on something if you don't like it or whatever it is, fine. But like his work ethic, like he'd be on vacation doing articles. He's like, God damn it, I'm on vacation and news just broke. Here it goes. And he's pumping out articles like, all right, back to vacation. It's like, Jesus, man. Come on. Get the fuck out of here. You got the homie Zimmy Gill in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for that super chat. Says, I recently played PlayStation games on PC. All are boring. Well, shit. I mean, if they're boring, then they're boring to you. You know, there's nothing else you can do about it. That's all you can do is try, right?
Yeah. That's
why I tried Marathon, because I was going to talk shit. I at least had to fucking have hands on, you know. The Mad Leprechaun with that $10 super chat.
Yo.
excuse me. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much again for the support. It says, it's amazing that the question of the Asha Sharma being a gamer is suddenly a serious question by the critics, but those same critics didn't ask the same question about the PlayStation CEOs.
100%.
Dude, come on, man. Like, there's no other, like, this is it. This is the question, and there is no answer. They will never answer that. It'll always be a mystery as to why it's so important for somebody at Xbox to do it and not PlayStation. I don't know. Maybe it's because Xbox is successful, you know, or Microsoft is
I'll
successful.
say that one of the most successful Xbox heads was Peter Moore, who came out of totally outside of the gaming world. And, you know, he joined Sega after being in, he was at Nike or something, right? And created the engagement process. And they said,
oh, Sega, Reebok.
Like, that was it Reebok, whichever one. Like, it was like one of those, you know, the sneakers, right? And you're like, okay, so he did that and then moved over to gaming, and gosh, he was like one of the best, right? The 360 gen that he created, like that was one of the best, you know, heads of Xbox. So it can totally work. It just comes down to, you know, your decision process. How do you engage and how do you bring? So I'm not. That's why I say I'm optimistic. I just want to see what she does. I want to see the actions. It could totally work. It could totally work. It just depends on what she does, right? So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that she'll do good.
Yeah, I mean that's my biggest thing, man. Like there's only one of two options. If you're not leaving Xbox or the platform or the PC aspect of it, if you're not leaving, then all you could do is wait to see. So the question is, during that time, while you're waiting and seeing, every time I see your fucking face, are you gonna be like, oh my god, I don't know what they're doing, I'm so scared, or you're gonna be like, man, listen, everything she's saying is good, so I'm pumped. If what she says comes to fruition, then this was a fucking phenomenal situation. If it doesn't, then that's a different fucking conversation at the time that it doesn't happen. Up until that moment, I'm fucking great. I'm positive. I love what's happening. I feel like it's the time. I feel like it's the time. And I actually want to circle back to that thought too, because I want to see what you think about that. But let me get this last ones before we move on. All right, we have the homie Cypher Type 1 in the building.
Yo.
My dude, thank you, brother. Good to see you, man. That $5 super chat says, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. A good deal of these gamers are stuck in 2014. That's why Xbox is dead is still a narrative. They are still stuck in 2014. And I gotta tell you, man, it's so sad. I don't know what it is. It's like it's like when these dudes peaked in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I feel like.
Exactly.
Like they don't want to leave those days behind. It's like, bro, at some point, you gotta move the fuck on.
Go. You gotta let it go. Things have changed.
It's not gonna be the same. Okay, it's not. Just stop. You got the homie Broke Boy in the building with that $5 super chat. Says, Blessing apologized on air to Jez, but he said he would not apologize for what he said about Windows Central getting the interview. So shut the fuck up, because it's not an apology. That's just, that's Daddy Greg saying, bro, go fucking apologize to Jez. Windows Central is Jez. Jez is Windows Central. I just said he's the only dude fucking running it.
Yeah.
You can't be like, yo, you Jez. Sorry that I disrespected you. Windows Central
in that interview.
Fuck you getting the interview, but you Jez.
But it's so salty though. Like, just read the interview and see what you can get from it that you didn't know before, and that's it.
Fucking losers, bro. Fucking losers. Space Shot in the building with that $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Says, news and journalism, just say you are a clown show. Facts. Facts. Very true. Very true. All right. Real quick. Two things I want to circle back to. The idea that she's now coming on right now at this moment in time. Two things with that. One, it's happening before June Showcase, right? As opposed to letting him ride out the 25th anniversary, which if there was nothing of great impact that was going to happen anytime soon, I feel like you would let him ride out the 25th anniversary. I feel like he would ride out the 25th anniversary. He would want to ride out the 25th anniversary so that it could be like, there's the send off. I did it. And guess what? Here's my announcement. I'm retiring after the 25th anniversary, right? Like, I feel like that would be a thing. So my question is, do we think that the timing of it, the fact that it had to be done right now,
yeah, no, it matters,
as opposed to waiting, it's getting done before three things: GDC, the supposed event that she mentioned that's between GDC and June Showcase, and then before June Showcase. What significance, or do you feel like that makes it? To me, I feel like there's something there. There's a reason why it had to happen now. So that's why when people say you're not going to see her impact for so long, I feel like if that was the case, you let her learn in the background while Phil is doing his thing. 25th anniversary comes, it goes, and you send them off with a bang on the 25th anniversary. Why now? Why before all of the events where their big talking points are going to be? Because in GDC, they're going to be talking about the future of Xbox.
Yeah.
Jason Ronald is doing the talk on Wednesday at 10 a.m. 10 Pacific time. I'm going to be there. I'll be in the room. I'm going to fucking hear it.
Ooh, let's go.
Like, he's going to talk about it, right? And there's a number of other events taking place in that same day that are lining up with shit that she has said in some of these things that they're going to be talking about, like build one game one time and have it go everywhere, all this shit. So like all those talks are happening. And then again, there's this magical event that's taking place in the middle between June Showcase and now. Are we lining up for the similar to the Connect event? Remember, obviously it was flip-flopped and it was messed up, you know, the TV event. Yes. And then at June we had all the games that were shown. Well, have we not been given a roadmap? Because what's going to happen is in between GDC and June Showcase, we're going to get a hardware event that's going to be like the big reveal. And then June Showcase, are we going to get a games reveal where we're going to see what's coming next and what's going on? How much of like, is she in the process of right now trying to shape that with like what that's going to look like? Could like completely, you know, yes, things are already on the track, but that doesn't mean shit can't change a little bit here and there. What the messaging is, what the ideas are, what games are being made. Matt Booty said nothing's off the table, everything's being looked at, every decision that was ever made. Are some games going to be like they're going to talk and be like, maybe this game doesn't go right now, maybe this is going to be a time thing because we wanted to launch with this, or maybe this, like what do you think?
What changes is she going to make?
Is there something to the idea that they had to pull the trigger now instead of letting ride things out if nothing was going to be different?
Man, it's the timing. You're absolutely right with that. Like, we're talking about the anniversary, we're talking about a year where it's like so freaking epic with Halo, Gears, Forza, Fable. Like, this is insane. We've been waiting to hear about, you know, hardware. The conversations have been out there about Xbox handheld that's, you know, organic, right? And it's like, what took place? It's not something where, you know, and it's funny because we've heard Phil talk and he's talked about all these things. He's talked about, you know, so much about the handheld and everything like that. Seems as if he's, you know, looking at the future of things that he's looking forward to accomplishing and finishing up. And it just doesn't seem like the time to pull the plug, you know, when it comes to his career with Xbox. So it seems a little off when it comes to like kind of just, and again, we did hear this is going to be a big year for, you know, Xbox, and kind of just where we've come so far to kind of remember who they've been, right? And maybe this is about the new console. Maybe they want to start with kind of like a new image and a rebranding where, you know, it won't be linked to all of the changes that have taken place that have had people maybe hang on to it so sourly when it comes to, you know, the games and you know, the moves that Sarah and Phil have been making, which again, excellent direction that they've taken, but maybe those were moves that needed a new image, a new face in order for people to kind of get past them.
Agreed.
So, yeah, I think there's a reason. Look, I think the board has recognized that there's a decline over the Xbox Series generation that they don't like, and this is the chance to say, "Hey, we have a new gen coming. Let's message it correctly." My only fear there is that like there may not be enough time, right? Because GDC is coming up, right? So Jason can kind of keep it like to certain technology things and not reveal much more than that. But at some point, they do need to kind of reveal what's going on. And we already heard from her, it's coming up. It's not something that's going to be a long ways away. We're going to be hearing about hardware. So that whole thing is something she has to work, right? And I think the first thing they're doing is a whirlwind tour of the various sites that they have, right? All the studios, all the different areas they have. So along with that, she's going to have to work this magic of what is the messaging going to be. It's their chance to sort of reset, right? And so the gen starting with a new messaging, I think this is kind of an intentional thing. You know, I'm hoping that they can come up with a good way to message it correctly. apparently, just looking at how it worked out, this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox messaging didn't quite resonate. It just didn't. And like, if it didn't, they have to pivot away from it, right? So what is that going to look like? And I think that's something that she'll be working to try to figure out. How are they going to, message this and say the console matters? And, as a provider of that, and as you as the consumer, they want your business, right? They want you to be enthusiastic about what's coming. So yes, I think it matters. I think that's literally why they said, let's pull the trigger now, right? Because if we wait it out, then that messaging can still be the wrong messaging, right? So I think this is absolutely intentional. Now, what does that look like? I don't know, right? but I think there is absolutely intentionality to that. So your question is spot on. I think they wanted to precede the announcement of the next gen to say, no, we want this to go in a different direction, and we want those core gamers that love Xbox to want to be on Xbox. And how do we attract that customer back so that they're happy to start the new generation with us? Especially now that they.
Oh, I was just gonna add real quick, and you can keep going with it. But do you think that's for Xbox's generation in 2027, or do you think that's the possible OEM situation this year?
I think it's both, but they have a leg up, right? Because they're coming out earlier. From all the things we hear, right, that PlayStation's going to be a year or more out from when Xbox comes out. This is that 360 situation. And it's like, well, you have the stars aligning. You have new feature sets that people will actually be interested in, because you're saying my console works as a console, has all my console games, all my back compat, everything's there. Plus I access Steam, plus I access Epic, plus I access GOG, right? So I have all that capability. That's a good reason to try to go to the next gen, that you have these additional capabilities that aren't going to be available on your competing platforms, right? Now, maybe they work that out. Maybe PlayStation 6 will have those capabilities, but that is not something they're advertising at all. Xbox is plainly put out there, you're going to be able to access PC stores. That's a fantastic thing. So they can hopefully leverage that and say, this is what we're bringing to the table. Even better would be if they bring that to your Xbox Series consoles, but that's a separate story. I think that's what they're trying to figure out, is how do they message that correctly, and not just say this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox. How do you bring that to the customer? So I think that's absolutely something they're going to look at. So yeah, I think there's absolutely a reason why they did that now, to say we're just going to cleanly move on to the next generation with a whole new messaging. And I'd assume that this is an Xbox messaging is just going to die off.
Dead. Yeah. I don't think we see that again. I think that's gone.
Yeah, I think the messaging was wrong. The idea of it was
spot on,
great, and
people couldn't wrap their heads around it.
People couldn't wrap their heads around it. They, instead of looking at the value of I can, play anywhere my Xbox games on a freaking Fire Stick if I want to, they looked at it as a way of diluting the console, which in its contrariety, if you buy one console and you want a Fire Stick and you have Game Pass, you play it from here to there, just easy access, right? So they do have to figure out a way to kind of trick them into getting the same exact thing, but loving the way that it's phrased. That's funny.
I agree.
It's like, you're not eating broccoli, yeah. I swear.
I agree.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's one of those things where you do have to just baby step it. No pun intended, right? From the game, but you do have to baby step it. There's plenty of people out there who just don't understand that, and it is the core console gamer felt slighted when they saw those things. So I think it does matter, and then like that messaging just is gonna have to be that way. The gamers that understand it like us, we'll get it. And it's like, cool, I can do that. I can do that. That's awesome. Right. But to just focus on the core audience of console gamers and just tell them, no, you can come to the console. It's going to be the console. You should buy the console and enjoy the console. I think they just have to solidify that message and just make sure that it doesn't get diluted with the, hey, you can just use your phone. Hey, you can use your tablet. Hey, you can use. So if you just say, no, our Xbox matters, our Xbox console matters, we want you as a customer, that's going to help like solidify that. And hopefully it does bring back like the enthusiasm for the platform. The other big one is exclusivity. To me, that ship has sailed. But so we will see if they change that. But my feeling is that ship has sailed.
Best case, like I said, best case scenario for the people who are still crying about exclusivity. Best case for them is that they do some type of time scenario, and that's it.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's stupid to even want that, man.
It would be. I agree with you. I agree with that. I think that it would be kind of like the same way of like the messaging. It just has to be done in a way that they can, no pun intended, like swallow through it, right? Like they kind of.
How is that no pun intended? Because they're like, swallowers. Because they all are swallowers. Doodle, is that what? That's why it's a pun. That we all know because they're swallowers, so no pun intended, because how they swallow so much.
I didn't mean it. I made it
Captain
worse.
Guzzler, you know what I'm saying? That's who they are.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But yeah, in a way that it can go down their throat smoothly.
Oh shit.
So I think that they just need to get. Why you guys always misunderstand what I'm saying?
It's not misunderstanding. It's
we wouldn't want a sticky situation.
No sticky. That's why they swallow. You know what I'm saying? There's no sticky involved. That's the reality. That's the reality. Look, this is just what it is. And look, ultimately, right? I think with this whole thing, if people listen, there's a lot of smooth brain people out there, right? Like our boy Pragmatic likes to say, or I think that was King David who said it once, and then Prag brought it on. I don't know, whatever. Point is that there's a lot of them out there, okay? And not everybody can take simple concepts and understand them, right? So I know this is an Xbox broke a lot of people,
right?
Who couldn't understand what the fuck's, what they were talking about. But look, at the end of the day, like, no matter what version of this plays out, all I care about is the games. I don't care about anything else. I want the games, and what am I going to play it on? I want a new piece of hardware. Yes, please give it to me. I'm ready for more power. I want that. My PC, I want it to be just like my console. Make it so that I could play all my games on everything, no matter where I am and where, how I want to do it. I want that. Let's fucking make that happen. But my other thing I want to talk about before we finally finish, Hargeet's thoughts on the new CEO.
Oh my gosh!
Get to a topic.
The show yet?
Is the idea, and I brought this up on the last show, but I wanted to kind of bring it up here. Is as much as Phil was a gamer, right, and he knew all this stuff, we are entering a new era, right, which is very clear, and that's the AI era, right? AI is going to be infused deeper and deeper into everything, not just gaming, TV, movies, music, all this shit. You're going to see it. It's going to happen, right? We have a aficionado in our Discord, our boy Pal. He's basically, he has like a Spotify fucking, songs on Spotify with his AI shit. Like he puts a lot of energy into it, and that's what he does, right? Yes. So it's going to be all over the place, right? And Phil, as much as he's been a gamer, let's be real, he didn't get the job because he was some huge businessman, right? Like that's how business. To be fair, the way it typically works is business people who excel at doing business things tend to lead businesses, right? What's his name? Strauss Zelnick, right? Take-Two head, not a gamer. Businessman to the core. He can see, he doesn't have to put his hands on a game to know that it's good or not. He can see the quality, right? He can see the reaction to things, right? And he makes decisions based off of that. He trusts the teams that he has in play, right? So Phil got there because, honestly, he just kind of was there, right? He was always there. And when shit got real bad, when Don Matrick was there, he stepped up and was like, hey, listen, I can right the ship, right? We can make this happen. And we just got to listen to the gamers and stuff. Like, this wasn't business. He was just keeping that gamer spirit, right? Which is cool, right? But going into this next phase, this is not a gamer's phase, right? The big topic of AI and what it can do and all this shit is way beyond that kind of scope. And for me, Asha having a position before this where she was very ingrained in the application of AI within businesses and things like that. I saw a few of her interviews that she did, prior. And she's very, very knowledgeable of it. And she, to her credit, just like she said, she doesn't like AI slop. She also said like she never pushes AI on businesses saying, oh, you should just do AI, figure out how you can do AI. No. You have to start with the problem, right?
Yeah.
Figure out what you need help with, figure out what you need to do, and then we can figure out how we can use an AI application to help you do that, right? And build it out so that it actually works. She's all the stuff I've ever seen her, she doesn't talk about forcing it in. She talks about being smart with it and having it make sense, right? So the fact that she is the one, right? Like she is the one who is aware of that. I feel like her coming in right when AI is literally going to be taking over, as far as just being ingrained in everything, having her as the leader at that point is a good look.
Yeah.
Right? Like is it just me, or
hand
I feel
in
like
hand.
it's a smart thing that she's the one steering the ship with that knowledge of, implementing that.
Well, you brought up on, our last show when it comes to AI, and like Phil is no master of AI, right? So we're seeing that obviously that is, no matter how people feel about it, AI is here to stay, right? That is the direction that, gaming is heading. And I'm not saying that it's all AI, but they're going to find a way to incorporate it in a way that it's smooth and it makes things easier for the developers. Obviously, AI is not something that could base obviously on how you guys have seen it. I've seen pictures that are made by AI, certain things are made by AI, and you can see with what we have access to how these things come out, right? So obviously they have a lot more than we do, a lot more resources and knowledge when it comes to this stuff. So this is going to be a way in which we don't want Xbox being left behind. And I just, it seems to be the right person to lead it in the direction in which it needs to head, right? It needs to go.
Nice.
For somebody who can, guide the situation when it comes to the developers, and she will know what is okay to do or not. Also the fact that, like you mentioned before, she's not pushy with it in a way that this needs to be implemented regardless of and that, I guess that it goes hand in hand with no AI slop, right? I think that that's a big deal, right? She's not going to be forcing a situation in which it doesn't fit, right? So
agreed.
I don't know. I think that if we're looking at where gaming is heading, the direction, the future of it, and we see the resume that, she is coming in with, we see that, Mad Booty, the Beast, has been promoted. And I think that we're looking at a dynamic freaking duo that is going to go ahead and do their best to prove themselves and prove that they belong in the position that they're in.
Facts. I couldn't agree more. Hargeet?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I really need to add much more to it. That's just fine. That's like that's kind of where it is. So
so do you agree that it's beneficial that she is kind of steering the ship when AI is becoming important, considering that she's aware?
Yeah, I mean, look, yes, she worked on like how to make agentic AI work on other things, right? So, but like, yeah, I think it's good that she understands it and understands the technology as to how it can actually apply, right? So, but yeah, so I mean, you guys have already mentioned it. That's essentially it. And again, I think her directive is not to force that in there. However, I just think AI is coming no matter what, right? So, but it's good to have that kind of leadership of understanding where it fits and where it doesn't. But again, like so far, Matt has said it's not something that they're forcing down their, down to their studios. That of course could change at any time, right? But we'll see. So, but yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It's good to have somebody that understands it be there.
Well, listen, let's go ahead and actually start this show. Okay. I think it's time. We've had it enough. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna hop in here and get this popping. And that, my friends, was Hargeet's thoughts on the new CEO. Okay, just in case you were wondering how we got there. All right, let me just get this real quick. I go here, and then I'm gonna go here. Boom shakalaka. All right, beautiful. Okay, so do that. Okay, beautiful. Got it here ready to go. Now I got to share this shit. Do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, do a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Excuse me. Let me take my chapter. Okay. All right. Here we go. So, obviously, there's been a huge shakeup at Xbox, right? We know this. We've been talking about it nonstop. And one of the things that we didn't really get to talk about is Sarah Bond, right? And we did talk about Sarah Bond, the fact that she left, the company after being basically passed over to, for that promotion. And Aisha went ahead and got the CEO spot after Phil, quote unquote, retired. But we also found out some new kind of information after the fact. And it's interesting to hear about, we do know from her mouth that she said that her and Phil actually butt heads all the time, that they were in opposing views all the time, right? And they figure it out and they find a compromise and they move forward. So, well, listen, we got some information. There was a little bit of a report that was done. Now, the report was done by Tom Warren, but Tom Warren has his articles on The Verge blocked off or whatever. So we're not going to go read that. We're going to go ahead and read from the people who made articles based off his article. All right. And in the spirit of the abuse that Windows Central has been receiving, we're going to use Windows Central's article on it. So let me pull it up over here. And then we can, there we go. We can take a look at it. So it says, report, former Xbox president Sarah Bond's direction offended employees. This is an Xbox marketing campaign deemed a failure. With Phil Spencer's departure, Xbox employees are supposedly relieved that the president of Xbox has left as well. I mean, damn, that's pretty fucked up. You know what I'm saying? To hear all this shit right after. Everybody's like, oh my God, Sarah, I can't believe you're leaving. She walks out the door. They're like, yo, get Jez on the line. Let's tell him. Tom Warren, let's let him know. That's crazy. That's wild. Listen, I know it's Asha, but in the moment it's Aisha, Asha, yeah, whatever. Listen, I'm trying to figure it out. Asha, I got it. Today marks the official first day of Asha Sharma as the new CEO of Xbox. Announced on Friday, Phil Spencer has retired, effective today, alongside former Xbox president Sarah Bond. Obviously, this was a few days ago, but this is when we get a chance to talk about it. The shakeup announced on Friday was apparently a bit rushed due to an internal leak. At least that is according to the latest report by The Verge. The plan was to announce Phil's departure today on Monday, February 23rd, not Friday. However, a story had reached the front desk of IGN, and Microsoft wanted to get ahead of it by announcing it themselves. You may have noticed the memo that went out with messages from everyone that included Phil Spencer, Satya Nadella, and Asha Sharma and Matt Booty, you may have noticed the missing person, Sarah Bond, whose own team was apparently caught off guard as well. Damn, they were left in the dark. Reading a little further, it seems it wasn't just the fact that she and her team were unprepared, but rather she may have been unceremoniously said goodbye to. Not that she was fired, but many people at Microsoft didn't like her direction. Only a month removed from taking over the Xbox marketing team, quote, Microsoft delivered a marketing campaign that signaled people didn't need to buy an Xbox console anymore. The message was that you don't need an Xbox to play Xbox because Xbox games were available through Xbox Cloud Gaming on TVs, as described in Tom Warren's report in The Verge. This was all part of the Xbox Everywhere strategy that Bond had been pursuing, a vision to move the Xbox brand beyond its roots in console hardware. Months later, the This is an Xbox campaign launched with commercials that positioned a phone or a tablet as an Xbox instead of just a console. It was a confusing campaign, and I'm told it offended many Xbox employees internally. To make matters worse, it sounds as though she only surrounded herself with yes men, as those who didn't jump on board were ousted. Well, I don't like that if that's the case, because that's a huge problem. And this is, by the way, this is like their new kind of marketing around it. It's not Xbox. This is an Xbox. It's build for what's next. The future of Xbox starts now. And they just show everything that you can do, but it's more about the dev. You know what I'm saying? Build once, your shit goes everywhere, as opposed to build once and it goes on all the different Xboxes. You know what I'm saying? All right. Continues. Most of the current and former Xbox employees I've spoken to in recent days are relieved that Bond is leaving Microsoft. I've heard from multiple sources that Bond has been tough to work with and built a team structure that meant if you didn't follow the vision or questioned it, you were out, right? Writes Tom Warren. I understand that Bond's strategy had been failing internally and been questioned multiple times. Even I thought the campaign was silly, as did many of our staff. Editor Jez Corden wrote on the This is an Xbox campaign it a while back, noting that it was the wrong message to send. Xbox is the one who can define what they assume to be an Xbox. It was entirely confusing for consumers and definitely didn't help sales of their console. And this is an example of this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox, blah, blah, blah. Get it. We got it. Again, the idea made sense to me, but I guess, you got to account for all the smooth brains in the world. It's only so far that you can go with that, right? It says, I want to add that clearly Xbox higher-ups were okay with each and every idea that was pushed forward, as they all had the final say. Both Phil Spencer and Satya Nadella played a part in this and clearly gave their process their stamp of approval. Hargeet, this kind of leads into your idea that it was the board itself that put her in charge as opposed to Satya, because Satya co-signed everything else. So maybe they're saying, Satya, your judgment wasn't great with everything that was being put in front of you. Very possible thing. This report by Warren only highlights that Xbox Everywhere was her idea, not the multi-platform push or other aspects. I've seen some speculation that this is a potential hit piece by higher-ups at Microsoft in attempts to divert blame away from the brand. Could that be true? I mean, it's pretty convenient, right? It's a pretty convenient way to kind of make this whole idea go away. Like, hey, listen, we weren't really down with it. Everybody who was down with it is gone, right? So, I mean, it's pretty tidy, right, to do that. However, Sarah Bond was still president of Xbox since 2023, and in that position, she held power and made decisions that affected Xbox as a whole. From 2023 onward, we saw many of these multi-platform pushes beyond the initial PC offerings. Microsoft's multi-platform push began before Sarabon's tenure as well, with Xbox exclusive Quantum Break hitting PC a while before she even started in the job. Well, that's a fucking underrated game, by the way. Quantum Break is still fucking fire. Don't understand how that game didn't get to continue forward. It's so good, man. I honestly go back right now and play it. Like, if you have Game Pass, don't go buy it. If you have Game Pass, just don't even fucking don't download it. Just cloud game that shit, and you'll be like, God damn, beautiful game, fun mechanics, cool story. I mean, the only thing that was not that great was literally the boss ending at the end. And I don't know if they ever patched it. Maybe they patched it and took out some of the pain in the ass shit about it. But other than that, fucking phenomenal game. While there has been a push since 2020 to add xCloud access and Xbox Play Anywhere to PC, it's clear the Xbox Everywhere marketing push alienated fans and was a step too far for many. The way I can best describe it is that other platforms initially felt like a companion to Xbox hardware, whereas the Xbox Everywhere marketing felt like an attempt to abandon traditional hardware. See, and this is the thing, like maybe I was just oblivious to it. When I heard the stuff, it just made sense to me. It was like, oh shit, yes, these are all Xboxes because of what Xbox allows. It allows me to play my games anywhere. So yes, inherently these are all Xboxes. Genius. But again, people get in their feelings, and apparently this was something that was difficult for people to understand. And shame on me, because I've been doing stuff for a long time, and you always it's the simple rule, right? It's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, right? Or keep it stupid simple, however you want to look at it, right? You always got to play to the lowest common denominator. You can't expect people to think. You gotta always assume that they're dumb, so that when you talk to them, if they get it, then it's great. But if they're dumb, they have a chance if you keep it simple. And this might have been a little too high level of a thought process for a lot of these people out here. I don't know. Wasn't for me, but I get it. One thing's for sure, it's not fair for Sarah Bond to be taking all the blame, even if this was ultimately her marketing decision. I will just pause that for a second. Guys, this is not fucking preschool baby shit. Is not fair? There's no fucking fair. There's no fair or not fair. If this was her idea, yes, she got people on board with that idea, right? To be clear, she got people on board with that idea. That doesn't shift the blame to them as the people who said, we're going to make this happen. It just shifts the blame on them that they believed her and trusted in her vision. That's what you do at these levels. You have to sell your ideas to the people who can help get your ideas put out there, right? So she did a great job at doing that. So it is her, if this is in fact her brainchild, if this was her dream to do the Xbox Anywhere marketing push, not the actuality of it. I love the actuality of it. The market, I just didn't care. I just understood it. But if it was her brainchild to do that, and if that ended up with people who couldn't comprehend what it meant, and it made people say, oh, fuck this, I don't need to buy an Xbox, then it's her who made that decision. See, if Phil was the one who made the decision, he would not have turned around. And I'm not saying Sarah did this. Sarah's being quiet. She's not saying shit about it. So I'm assuming she's basically doing the same thing. But if Phil had done it, Phil would have been like, no. It wasn't Satya. It was my decision to go ahead and do this. And I got Satya on board. That's how a leader would have handled it. So the fact that she's not talking shit, she's not coming out saying that wasn't me, or no, it's not fair, shows that she is a leader. Doesn't matter the fact that if she might have led in the wrong direction, she still is a leader, right? And that's a noble thing. That is something that you can look at her and be like, if you're planning to hire her next, you know that she didn't come out here and start crying like a baby, right? She came out and put out a statement that wasn't bad. she put out a statement that says, I tried. And I hope you guys saw that. Good or bad, or whatever the case played out, I tried my best and I did my best. And hopefully, you guys saw that. And that was that. She hasn't come out and said anything else. And I think for you all, and I don't mean you guys, but like for the media and shit, to kind of put that on her, like, oh, it's not fair. Y'all didn't say that shit to Phil Spencer when he took the fucking fall for Redfall. Where were the articles saying it's not fair to blame Phil because he inherited a team that was working on a game when he bought a fucking entire building, and that game that they were making was multiplayer because at the time that they were being bought, they were desperate, so they were trying to make everything multiplayer and live service. And he said, no, take all that shit out, but I trust you guys know what to do, make it happen. And they didn't make it happen. Nobody fucking said that. No one said it's not fair to judge Phil for that. It was his call. It was his decision. He let that game go out that way, and he took the smoke. Sarah's not coming out here taking the smoke, but she's not fighting the smoke. And I'll take her silence as just acceptance. And that's the way I look at it. And I think that that's the way she should be treated with this. Let her fucking go out with dignity instead of putting a fucking pity party out there for her. Like she's not a fucking grown ass woman who was running a fucking, multi-billion-dollar company. You know what I'm saying? She don't need your fucking sympathy. She's going to go work as a CEO or as some other crazy high position at some other job right away. Like it's happening now, right this second. She's sitting with somebody at drinks, firming up a deal or some shit. Okay. So like, let's stop the pity party and act like it's just not fair. Why? Because she's a girl? No, fuck that. She's out there. She's got bigger fucking balls than most of y'all. Okay. She's handling her business. So I think we need to get rid of the it's not fair bullshit. So I'll just read that again. One thing's for sure, it's not fair for Sarah Bond to be taking all the blame, even if this was ultimately her marketing decision. Others in the chain of command, and at the end of the day, are there to say yes or no to decisions that don't otherwise align with the brand. Yeah, and Phil Spencer's gone, right? Satya is not going to be gone. Satya has done too much for that company to ever be gone because of something that happens at Xbox. Like, let's be clear. All right. Now,
I missed this whole.
You missed this whole thing. We had a whole big discussion. So this is Phil Spencer's retirement. I mean, we've talked about that. We don't need to talk about that. I want to focus on the Sarah Bond part of it. So basically, baby, just to kind of catch you up, summarize it. Sarah Bond is the one who went in there with this is an Xbox.
Yes.
Your phone, your toaster, all this other shit. Right. And what they're saying is that people at Xbox were offended that she went that direction and that a lot of people did not like it and that she was very headstrong about it. And the only people she put on her team were yes men. So if you said, I don't know about this, Sarah, she's like, I don't know about you having a job here. Get the fuck out. Right. Like that's what I read from it. So everybody who was around her were yes men, kind of like, PlayStation Studios pitching, live service games because that's the only thing they'll get greenlit. Right.
Yeah.
So that was a thing. And they're saying that they're glad that she didn't, take over and that she's gone. And basically, that a lot of people were confused by it. And, again, some smooth brains out there, I said, I understood it.
Yes.
And we understood
100%.
it, but you can't account for the dum-dums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I brought up, obviously what we do, KISS, right? Keep it stupid simple, right? Where when you're talking to people, you got to keep it simple. You can't using all these big words and all these things are cool when you know exactly who you're talking to, but most people you can't assume that. So you use neutral words, things that are easy, things that are not going to ever make somebody be like, what the fuck did he just say? I don't understand it, right? You never want to overtalk your customer, right? And essentially, that's what
kids
this
are
was.
smarter than a
This-
lot of adults.
Well, but the problem is that the adults are the ones buying the consoles, and they didn't understand. So this went over their heads. Okay, this is what
this
they're
is
saying.
kind of like everything else that is going to be kind of fed the same thing, but with a different wording, right? It's essentially what the AI situation, this is an Xbox,
that's why
going somewhere else, like this all.
That's
has
why
to be
Asha's keeping it
worded
simple,
exactly,
right? That's
has
why
to
she's
be
not
worded
using
a
crazy
certain
stuff.
way.
She's
But
saying back to the roots, things
yes,
that people understand, so that
they feel connected with.
Exactly.
And I mean, it's going to be the same feeding, just in a different bottle.
Exactly. So so that's what we were talking about.
Saying that she was difficult to work with, or that
The people at Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So
then the idea is that they're giving her, they're using her, quote unquote, as a scapegoat. So what they're doing is saying it's not fair that even though it was her idea to do this,
Mhm.
that the people who she said, "Hey, I want to do this," and they said yes, that they're not getting the smoke. But Phil, but Phil's gone, and then Satya. That's the only chain of command that took place there. And what I said what I finished saying right when you came in,
Mhm.
is the fact that this whole fair bullshit, I think, is disrespectful to her.
100%.
Because if this was Phil, right? If Phil Spencer was the one who did this, he would say it was not Sarah and it wasn't Satya. It was my decision.
Exactly.
And I did it. Just like when he
100%.
did Redfall,
absolutely.
and he fell on the sword. He's a leader.
Well, I mean, you can go further than that, right? Don Matrix.
You know,
Don Matrix was also pushed out because he made some misstatements, and it's like, well, you're tanking the brand. Get out, right? So, look, it is what it is. Accountability, like when you're at that CX whatever level, right? Accountability comes with it, and if things aren't going the right way, you're out.
If you bring something to the table and that doesn't work out in the way that they thought it would, your job is at risk. Period.
She also had a big mobile push that never came to fruition, unfortunately.
100%.
Even though it's not her fault.
It never happened, but there was a lot of, resources that went into that.
So Doodle, to your point of who said this, I think Tom had like 12 different accounts, like 12 verified people who made the same statement. So it's not just one or two people, it's 12. But I mean, granted, they have like 10-15,000 employees, right? But it was a lot of people. Usually you get 2 verified accounts, and that usually tells you, okay, yep,
that's
that might
enough.
be true, right? But in this case, it was 12 people who said the same things, and so it's okay. So there's probably validity to this. There are other people who also have peripherally said the same thing. So there's potential for that.
Absolutely is. Even though they have a lot of people working there, people are assigned to doing different things. So the people that were around this situation,
exactly, that work with her, right, are going to have that. Yeah, exactly. And look, accountability just has to be there. If you mess up, you mess up, right? And Phil retiring was something he wanted to do anyways, and it's like it just coincided, and it's like, okay, cool. We just don't think that the plan and path that you guys were both on is going to work. So we're just going to get rid of the entire plan, right? So as far as games, Matt was kicking butt, right? We already know they released like what 13, 15, whatever games last year. They have a huge slate of games coming out this year. So that part of it's good. The game studios is good. It's just this part of it. There is the little bit of issue with Call of Duty, but they understood what happened there. They revved from 6 to 7 for Black Ops, and they're going to stop doing that from now on, right? So that hopefully won't be an issue going forward. But as far as the console platform, the marketing, that part failed, and she had taken over the marketing, and it still just didn't work, right? So somebody has to take that hit, and if the direction wasn't good, it's going to be both of them. So from Phil's standpoint, at least he could go, and retire. Fair enough. The Sarah thing, this is where it's a little interesting. Is it a scapegoating? Maybe to some level it is, but ultimately you just have to say, Microsoft, the board is saying this ain't working, right? And look, they're not dummies, right? They know their own friends, their own families are telling them that, dude, I keep hearing how Xbox is dead. Is Xbox dead? And you don't at that level want to hear that your brand that you built up over 25 years is having this ridiculous thing going on with it, where everybody's memeing the fact that it's dead. Like, but I just invested $80 billion. What are you talking about? Why is it dead? Right. So they have to see that and say, okay, something has to change. Something just has to change. Right. And the architect of those decisions were, it's probably more Sarah than Phil, because as I think you said at CMoney, they were butting heads. Right. I think it was in the article. They were butting heads. So Phil had one vision, but he also, as a leader, says, fine, you know what? If you want to try this, I'll give you the leeway. Go ahead and try this. Let's see where it goes. Right. So it did not work. It just didn't. And like, so, where they are is something they need to fix. And I think that's ultimately, unfortunately, is going to come down to the CEO level, the CXO level people. Your chair's gone. We're moving into somebody else taking that role. It's literally what happened with Don. Right. So to your point, CMoney, I don't like, these are rich people, right? They make millions of dollars. I'm not going to shed a tear that rich people have to lose their job, and she's going to get another job in like 2 months anyway. And like, I'm sorry, these people are well off. I don't care. As I said, Phil's like got like $20-30 million in the bank. Whatever, bro. She's probably in the same category of like 5-10 million in worth, whatever it is. Like, they're set for life. Like, whatever. If they get a job, who cares? It'll be fine.
That's 100%. That's 100% true. That it's without a doubt. And the thing is that, people always want answers, and like the answers are there to freaking see. Like, the fact that she was posting about, Xbox and games. I forget exactly what the post was. But right before this was announced, it's very telling. Okay, the fact that, like, it's funny that you have brought that up, CMoney, because I had missed the topic, and when you were explaining this to me, what you guys were talking about, it just, the first thing that went into my mind when people were saying that she wanted yes people around her, and she butted heads a lot. She said it herself in an interview that she and Phil butted heads a lot. Phil didn't put that out there. She brought that up. And so if she is butting heads with Phil, and she does not
saying it proudly,
exactly, and she does not feel in any way like, oh shoot, maybe I shouldn't cross that line, or timid about that, of course she's going to be butting heads with anyone else that gets in the way of her vision of what she wants to do, right? If to her it was worth butting heads with Phil, it would be worth butting heads with anybody else in there. So I it's not that far-fetched to especially with people coming out and saying it, that this was her vision, and this, she wanted it a certain way. And listen, respect, right? I think what she did was phenomenal. I think the message wasn't received well for those, like CMoney says, smooth brains or less than smart people, right? The message, the same thing needs to be out there with a different messaging. It just sucks the fact that it was her idea. She brought it to fruition, and then someone else is essentially gonna just take the big credit for it, for the phrasing or the way that they're going to spoon fit it to the public. But what her and Phil have been doing and working on, aside from mobile that we kind of didn't get to see much of, we just heard a lot of what was going on. But like, it sucks. It sucks that we're not going to go ahead and see them as a team continue to bring the Xbox brand forward. So I think they had, from Phil's side, I think together they had years to go. But I do believe that she had a vision, and this was her project, and she was going to see it come to light, right? And
it
good on
and
her.
then the results came out.
She stood by her vision.
Yeah.
But she's not taking the fall. If anything, Phil is maybe, like you brought up Redfall, Phil may be like, okay, well, I was the one who approved this, so it's only right that if she goes, I go. Who knows how this all played out? We just don't know. We're not behind the
Maybe,
curtain.
but well, we also hear that she butted heads with other people in upper management beyond Phil, right? So just take a guess as to who that is.
Yeah.
And so that didn't work out, right? So it only worked so far, right? So at some point, like if one of those very high up people,
Could
right?
imagine
So
talking hella shit.
yeah,
Wow.
and so again, and we're all speculating based on things we're hearing secondhand. You know, we can't necessarily understand that it's actually true or not because we don't have a firsthand account, right? So, so we'll just take it at face value of like, there's enough corroboration here that maybe some of this is true, right? But hey, whatever. And then, you know, the odd thing is, let's say we take the Don Matrick situation. A lot of the things that they put in, you know, the original messaging there, though messaged wrong, the stuff they put in the tech was right. It was actually stuff that was going to happen. And they had the forward vision to say, we know this is where the industry is going. Let's just give you that now. And the industry's there now. It is what it is, right? They did it early, I guess, and people just weren't ready for it. But the idea of DRM in games, tell me how that isn't just ubiquitous at this point. It's just everywhere.
No
right?
one is ever ready for what Xbox brings to the table.
Exactly.
It's crazy. They're always just, you know, years early to the party. And it's like, when the heck are we going to learn that they're just guiding the freaking ship? And PlayStation has learned their lesson to kind of take a step back and see what Xbox is going to do, so that then they can move forward with some type of idea as to what they should be doing. Why can't everybody else get on fucking board with this situation?
Yep.
Right. And look, and the Connect thing, VPAs are common right now with Alexa and Google, right? And it was just a couple of years.
Oh my God, you woke my bitch up.
Oh, sorry.
You talking to me? No, go sleep.
Yeah, hopefully it's done. But yeah, no, and you know, again, they were just a couple of years too early. And now that's again ubiquitous, right? You have that everywhere. But you know, and a lot of the things that Sarah wanted to do, I think, are also going to prove out in the future to be accurate. They're going to be correct. You know, moving into a mobile space where you can then publish your games on Android TV or on an Android or iOS device. I think those things, or even Apple TV, right, is going to be something that will prove out to be correct. Ability to say I buy a game and it's available across all my platforms. I think that's going to be correct. It's just that the messaging again didn't resonate. It just didn't get to the core gamer in the right way. But I think ultimately what they were putting in place is probably going to be the right thing. I like, you look at stupid things and that everybody thought was dumb. Quick resume. Who needs that when you play the game though? And you're like, you quick resume back. You're like, holy shit, that is awesome. That is such a convenient thing that I miss so much when I'm on PC, where it's like, I can just go back to my game. Boom.
They need a cross play quick resume.
So
quick resume.
I hope they bring that into Windows 12, like, because it's such an awesome feature that I just leave my game here and I play like 4 other games, doesn't matter, and I go back to that game. I'm exactly where I was. I don't have to load screens. I don't have like continue and none of that shit. Is just boom, I'm right there. It's so nice when you're playing games that I can just go right back to where I was. You know, so like things like that, the smart delivery, like I don't think about what version I have to, it's just done for me. I just play the game and it gives me the correct version automatically. It's just simple things like that they just foresee. They do it right. These things just didn't resonate, but I think a lot of what she put together it's the right thing for the future. And maybe it's again too early and people aren't there yet, but they will be eventually. And I think we'll see this play out. Maybe 10 years from now, we'll say, yeah, all that stuff Sarah put together, that was the right path. That was the right stuff. We just have to wait to get there. It's sad, but it is what it is, right? We all have to just like play through this. But as far as her personality and all that stuff, look, sometimes leaders are like that. They need to like say, no, I want this, get it done, right? And if somebody's like too much pushing back, some leaders are capable of saying, I'll give you the grace to go try it, right? And some leaders are like, no, I told you to go do this, get it done. I don't care. If you don't like that, get out, right? It just
I mean,
depends on the leader.
that's why somebody's a leader and somebody's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, your
Exactly.
opinion is great, but that don't matter. If I tell you to do it, you fucking do it. Or go. That's the job.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm
think
saying?
of Steve Jobs, right? He was like that, right? It's like, no, I told you it's going to be like this. Don't come back to my office
Bill
unless it's like
Gates,
this.
same shit.
No. Yeah. Well, Bill Gates was a bit more open, but but Steve Jobs was like the known assholes. Like, no, I said this. Get it done. I don't want to hear it can't be done. Get it done, right? It's just the way it is, right? Some people are just like that, and sometimes that works really well, and So I'm not going to pile on her that much, but I do go after CEOs. In this case, though, I'll give a little bit of grace because I don't know the full spectrum of what she actually did. But I can see it clashing with people. Sometimes personality clashes just don't work, and then sometimes your messaging just isn't up to par when it comes to a certain user segment, and that's happened over and over again with Xbox. It's unfortunate, but they see the vision of the future. They just, when they start delivering it, people just aren't ready for it for some reason, and it just gets missed, and people think they're being abandoned, right? That's literally what happened with the Xbox One. Is like, oh, you're not giving me just games. What is TV stuff? And it's like, I love that feature. I could watch a freaking baseball game on the side while playing a video game. It's like, this is great. I could watch an NFL game on the side while. It's like, that's awesome. I love that feature, but people didn't see it. They didn't see the value there. They're like, I just want to play games. Fair enough. I mean, that's unfortunately just the way it is. The way they message it, it didn't work. I think the same thing's going to happen here, right? Unfortunately, just right now, that's not working. So it's sad, but it is what it is.
Agreed. All right. We're gonna move on from this to the next topic. But before we do that, we got some homies who are waiting. That they've
with their super chats
here. That's right. We got our homies. So let's go ahead. Let's drop that for a second. Do this, and we got the homie Man Leprechaun in the building. Shout out with that $10 super chat. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you so much for that support. It says the hilarious part of this is an Xbox ads, this is an Xbox ads, is how the ponies went from making fun of the ads to suddenly declaring what was an Xbox after the Xbox ROG Ally devices launched. Facts. That's just what it is, man. You can't, there's no rationale with these ponies, right? Like, they have no proper thought process, right? Like, they're just bunch of goddamn gallopers who are out there on the field bumping into each other, fucking licking each other's nutsacks, not realizing that they should lick something else. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. It's weird behavior. But look, at the end of the day,
they seem to enjoy it.
They do.
It's nonstop.
It is nonstop. All right. We do have the homie Mac22TH54 with that $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my dude. Thank you for being here, brother. Says CMoney, they had to get rid of her before the end of Black History Month. Damn, that's
wild.
It is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You think they go wait a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? March 1st, like February? No. March 1st. Yes. I don't know why, but I guess they had to show that it wasn't a color thing.
Maybe, right?
Maybe. But shout out to you, Mac. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
We got the holy 108 Dragon in the building. Lemon in the building. What's good, fam? Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you, man. We gotta get up, man. I gotta get on your show. With that $2 super chat says, what's good, fam? How y'all doing? What's good, homie? He follows up, says, CMoney, you did tell me Lara Croft was coming on. Oh, she's on here weekly. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do over here. He also came back with Microsoft fucking hire Hargeet with another $2 super chat. Appreciate you, fam. You should hire all of us, man. I could take an extra pay. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with that. Another $2 super chat says, what's good, my awesome gamers? Stay chatty. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. 108 back with another 2 says she killed the FTC in court on ABK deal, though. Yeah, she listen, her mark, no matter, she is not gonna be a forgotten CEO. Like, I feel like Don Matrick, whatever his name is, I feel like he's a forgotten CEO.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't Peter Moore, at the 360. He's the guy who went into the, Xbox One generation and kind of fumbled everything and was gone. So he's kind of a nothing burger, right? Like nobody's going to remember him outside of a fuck up.
Yeah.
Where, Sarah Bond, I don't think that this an Xbox thing takes away what she accomplished.
Yeah.
Coming through with ABK was clutch. ABK is huge. ABK was the necessary piece of the puzzle for Xbox to grow that dominance. You know what I'm saying? To escalate everything that they wanted to do. It was able to be put forward because of that deal closing.
I agree. It was also a moment of like, we're not fucking around here. I think that it was a major deal. Something that a lot of people didn't think will happen. And, it did. They
did. And she was a big part of it. And she also said that much in her letter, right? Like when she was saying goodbye, she brought that shit up. She was like, and I went ahead and took it upon myself to fucking close this deal.
Just a reminder.
Just to remind y'all motherfuckers. And 108 back with another 2 appreciation, my dude. Says, why CMoney look like Dr. Octavius, goddamn, from Spider-Man? Listen, it's just how, I don't know. It's not a good look for him in the games. He should have been cooler looking.
You froze though. You were froze, like the stream froze before.
Did I?
Yeah, I think. So you were posing. He probably thought you were posing.
Got it. Maybe that's what it is. But appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man. And we have our motherfucking homie Spartan661. Shout out to our boy Spartan661 going ahead and dropping 20
Thank you
on
so
point
much.
for gamer memberships, man. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate the support.
Thank you.
Y'all know what to
Tell
do.
them, baby.
Put that motherfucking welcome to the family of OG in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us. Appreciate y'all. Of course.
Thank you.
Our boy, Spartan661. You the man, bro. Thank you so very much. Go ahead in the chat right now. Put the FBs in the chat for your boy Spartan. You know what he likes. Do the right thing for him, right? Make him feel good.
You know your boy.
That's right. Shout out to Spartan. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
All right. So let's we're gonna switch gears here. And I'm going to take this out. Whoa. Take this out. Boom. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien.
Wow. That's all that Bad Bunny that I've got playing.
That's it. That's where we're at. All right. I got my chapter. Got my chapter on. Everybody's talking about my chapters.
No one has brought up your chapters, see.
What?
No one.
What? Can't believe this. All right. Next chapter. All right. So listen, obviously, the news about Xbox went from, oh my God, Xbox is dead, to I think finally people seeing that, Xbox is cooking, right? Xbox is doing great. We're going to have great things. And, PlayStation got some shaky news, or actually Sony got some shaky news. And, there's a whole bunch of hearsay. Oh, what happened there doesn't affect PlayStation, and back and forth and whatever. Great. Okay, cool. Sure thing. But I think the ponies have been, they've been down. You know what I'm saying?
Quiet.
They've been down. And some news had to come to lift their spirits. So Jason Schreier came out and put out a post that they're all really, really, really excited about, or they're really hopeful for. And there's some people who are quote tweeting themselves from last year saying, I heard this, look, I wrote it back then. And, but now it's coming out. Jason is saying the same thing I was saying, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool.
The same thing I made up. Oh,
listen,
I mean,
it's their funeral, right? Like I'm not going to cry about it either way. It's their funeral if they don't, but this is the news that the ponies are, or the rumors that ponies are excited about. It says Sony could be backing away from releasing single player titles on PC. The story goes, this is from Insider Gaming.
Because they don't have any?
Exactly. New details from an insider reveal that Sony PlayStation might stop releasing its single-player titles on PC. I mean, they've literally released every single-player title they've ever fucking released over the last 2 generations.
Crazy.
But now they're going to stop. Got it. Cool. That's fine. You know, sure. As we've seen all those people jump ship and buy PlayStations because of it. Multi-platform releases have become increasingly common in recent years, with Xbox participating more actively in this strategy than PlayStation. However, many PlayStation exclusive have also made their way to PC. It appears that
there
this
cannot
may
be
change.
a conversation about PlayStation without Xbox being in there, bro. I swear.
I know.
It's crazy.
Always, no matter what. It appears that this may change in the future as PlayStation seems to be leaning towards maintaining more exclusive titles. Yeah, they want to leave all the billions, you know? Nobody likes those billions. Get rid of the billions that they made on their titles years later or whatever. Just let them be. No. Keep it, make it as little as possible, guys. Good job. Excuse me. Says, however, no. It appears that this may change in the future as PlayStation seems to be leaning toward maintaining more exclusive titles. PlayStation strategy could see live service games come to PC while single-player exclusives don't. During the latest episode of the Triple Click podcast, Jason Schreier discussed PlayStation seemingly considering stop. First of all, let's look at the word already. Considering. Just to be clear.
Yeah.
I'm considering throwing somebody off a bridge.
Can't press charges.
Am I guilty?
Didn't happen.
Am I guilty? Did I do it?
No.
No, I'm considering it. Okay. So considering it is very different than it happening, right? So just want to clear that out for all the people who've made definitive fucking posts. It's done. They're not doing it anymore. Consider. Learn the language. All right. So considering stopping its single player games from coming to PC, Schreier stated that he thinks the strategy for them, he thinks, not knows, thinks. Just saying.
And this as well.
Just saying.
Talk.
He
what
thinks
are we doing here?
The strategy
like,
for them.
This is like a tomorrow. It may rain or it may not. Like that's just a thought.
It's just a thought.
What the heck are we doing here?
I'm not for or against. I really don't care. They don't make games that I give a shit about, so it doesn't matter to me either way. But let's just, for the sake of looking at what's being said here, he thinks the strategy for them is live service games are coming to PC, while he's getting the sense that they are backing away from putting their exclusive console stuff like traditional single player stuff on PC.
Oh, not that God of War that they're making.
No. Not Sons of Sparta. No. God, why does fucking bad things happen to good people? What? Ghost of Yo Play? No! Why? I was so looking forward to playing it on
what
PC.
A bunch of morons.
I mean, I didn't buy it on my PlayStation, but I thought I could on my PC. Fuck cares, dog. Nobody cares. But sure. They're thinking about it. All right. So Schreier mentioned that it wouldn't be surprising if Marvel's Wolverine never comes to PC, just like Spider-Man never came to
No, they did.
Maybe Spider-Man 2 never. Spider-Man Miles.
It did, babe. It did. Try again.
Got it. Sorry. I don't know where I'm going with that. I can't really put the words together here. Even if it eventually does. Got it. So I don't think it will, but even if it does, okay, so you're saying there's a chance. Players would likely understand that a PlayStation is necessary to play the game, at least for the indefinite future.
Except that
he also expressed uncertainty about how successful the PC releases have been. When asked why PlayStation will revert to a strategy that seems to put something back in a bottle, along with the potential consequences of such a move, Schreier replied that they never release games on PC simultaneously with console launches. He pointed out that PC releases were always just kind of late to the party. He added that he doesn't think what the fuck just happened? He added that he doesn't think it was successful in the first place and doesn't think going back to the console only strategy would be that big of a blow. You know, I got to tell you, fucking idiots thinking, why have we been thinking that there have been successful PC games? That games that come to PC, that they're successful there. We're fucking stupid. God, who does that? Why would we think? Clearly, PlayStation, oh, I forgot. It's because they make games that nobody gives a fuck about.
That no one wants to play.
That's why they're not successful. That's why I didn't buy Ghost of Yote. Got it.
And charging for them.
Now I get it. That's what it is. Got it. Okay. He added that he doesn't think it was successful in the first place and doesn't think going back to the console only strategy would be that big of a blow. Wow. In the same reset era thread, Schreier clarified that this is not speculation. He explained that certain topics may surface during a show before he has the chance to publish a story about them. He also mentioned that more information on the topic should be available soon. And then in other news, PlayStation releases another ass month of PlayStation Plus free games. Okay? And that's the news.
Oh my God.
So this is the thing.
I
want to make my position on this 100% clear. I have a PlayStation. I have no intention of buying any of the games that they are releasing this year or last year. Wolverine is the only game that I might think of, and it will most certainly not be this year. Maybe Black Friday if there's a good enough sale. Maybe. But outside, if there's no sale on Black Friday and it's just regular fucking price, then it's going to be a no. I will get it maybe later. And honestly, I want to see if the rumor is true that it's going to come to Xbox 6 months later.
Sure.
But outside of that, I have the PlayStation. I don't even play for the fucking games anymore. Okay. I got hoodwinked already. I bought the Ragnarok. I bought the Spider-Man 2. I bought the Forbidden West. Doodle across the board. Wasting my money.
Wow. That one thing they have in common.
Doodle across the board. Everyone has something that I hate greatly. So the point is that I have a PlayStation. So I have no interest. I don't care if the games were coming to PC or not. I have bought in some games on PC on Epic when they had stupid sales. Plus, they were doing like a $15 off or some bullshit. And I got games for like $10, $5, $15. That was my range. Outside of that, the fuck out of here. PlayStation doesn't make games anymore that matter. They
really don't, though.
They don't.
So this is just the most ridiculous thing to even put out there. It's laughable. What were they going to bring? Another remaster? I don't even understand.
Let's put it this way:
why we are entertaining this conversation?
Every game
with the ass games they've been making too.
Seriously,
like if they had something, and we'll see what happens with freaking Wolverine. There are rumors that it's not even going to make it out this year, so we'll see.
Well, it has a date now, so
it does.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the date?
The 15th of September.
September 15th. All right. Well, let's hope it sticks. But like, I don't understand with the direction that they're taking why this even means anything. I get them maybe throwing words around of like, okay, well, anything that it's multiplayer gas game can go. And, because again, that's not what our gallopers gravitate towards. So anything single player, maybe it'll bring some value to our box, but the value is in the quality of games that you're making. If you're not bringing single players that are going to make these people want to buy them and have them be freaking excited and hyped about it, it's gonna be the same situation that you're in right now. And honestly, the best chance would be to put it everywhere and hope that it freaking sells somewhere, even if your own people don't show up for it. We saw what happened with Lego Ho, and like we didn't hear shit about what it did on Nintendo. Did you guys hear something? Did I miss it? Like
you didn't hear shit. It did shit.
It did shit. Got it.
It did shit on Nintendo. That's what it did. No, listen, for me, honestly, this conversation, first of all, if any game that PlayStation has ever made that's worth owning is on PC. Just to be clear, any game that PlayStation has ever made that is worth owning is on PC. So if you say to yourself, I never had a PlayStation, I want to experience that, you could do it on PC and you get the best of whatever they got. Outside of that, you don't need anything else. You don't need a PlayStation for any of that shit. So we got our boy J Shock Blast in the building. What's up, man? Says Lego Horizon was so mid, and I love Lego games. Facts.
God,
he does love Lego games.
Shout out to you and your lovely wife, bro.
J Shock Blast, one of the goats of the game.
Yes.
Can't mess with that man. He's the man. What's up, player? So this is the thing. For me, what this story signals to me, if this is the case, is that Xbox has the fucking runway, right? They have the absolute uninterfered road ahead of them where they can dive deep into the Xbox PC ecosystem and just flourish with having everything available at the fucking fingertips of gamers everywhere by following that road. PlayStation, again, just to be clear, in the course of a year, you may have 1 or 2 games that you may say, oh, damn, PlayStation is making this game and I want to play it. 1 or 2 games, maybe, if it doesn't come to PC, that you won't be able to play. But literally 99% of all games made in any given year will be available to an Xbox player who owns a next-gen Xbox or the Xbox handheld, because they have access to everything on Xbox and PC. They have the runway free and clear. There's no competition in that space. And what PlayStation is going to do with doing this is seclude itself into a small niche. And I don't mean to be clear, Xbox is selling their games over there. So when I say small niche, I don't mean you're
not talking
small
about
amount of console sales.
The box
I'm talking about
itself.
the mindset of core gamers. Core gamers, there's going to be a small niche of core gamers that stay. Everyone else is going to be where all the games are, not where just a few of the games are. You know what I'm saying? That's what I took away from this.
The industry is freaking wild right now, and it's like everyone it's thinking of what they can do to kind of rearrange themselves. It's crazy. Maybe they feel like their games will get lost because the amount of games that are releasing, and they're not releasing as many games. So to put them to have to spend the money to go ahead and put them on PC may not be worth it to them.
Well, it also butts heads directly with the idea that Xbox is pushing so strongly, where it's make your game once, put it everywhere, versus make your game on PlayStation and it's stuck on PlayStation.
Well, I mean, it becomes when Xbox doing that, it just becomes that much more obvious that PlayStation is not, right? So
I mean, it's true. What do you think, bud?
So is this for just their first party stuff or all their lockdowns as well?
Well, their lockdowns, they really don't have any like real say. I think for the lockdowns, they're kind of letting the company figure that out for the most part, because we've been getting a lot of the lockdowns on PC, right? Even Kenya, the new one, right? That's all on PC. Like that's their newest lockdown.
Yeah, and that would be the part that I think would be really bad. Not because it's locked to their ecosystem. It's just that for that developer, they're
Yeah, it'd
losing
be fucked
out
for
on
them.
a massive platform if they don't come out to PC. So that's where I find it kind of a little bit of a bad idea. To your point, though, they just don't release enough games that it would be worth it. The problem I'm running into is like, okay, like as a developer, as a publisher, they put out maybe 1, maybe 2 games a year that are maybe good, right? Whereas on Xbox, I'll get like that every quarter, right? That's just how it is. So I'll get a whole bunch of games and they're all in my service. I just download and play, along with tons of other games that just come into the service. High on Life 2 just came out, and there's so many more, right? They just put KCD 2 in there, right? Again, Game of the Year nominee. Like this just the way we just have so much that I can just download and play. It's like, okay, I like Ragnarok, for instance. Do I want to buy that game? It's available on PC. But I'm like, am I gonna spend the time? And what I hear is like the first like 10 hours, just like Death Stranding. You have to spend 25 hours before the game gets fun. I'm like, 25 hours. I finished like 2 games.
Listen, the beginning of the game is not that bad. This is the thing. Ragnarok is literally this fucking kid. The worst.
Yeah, and
as soon as you take control of him and live that story, I just want to break everything. I don't know what it is. It's the worst thing they've ever done.
So
and I agree so hard with Jaffe when he said, why do they keep trying to fucking make us play as kids? What is the obsession? He's got a goddamn war. Not fucking, this is not daddy daycare.
Yeah, just imagine if you're playing freaking Halo and it's Master Chief as a 14-year-old or something, and you're like,
no,
bro, where's my Master Chief? where the heck is it? Like, it's like, no, I want to play as the badass soldier. Anyway, whatever. As far as this, I don't know if it's a good idea for them to do this or a bad idea for them to do this. But to your point, it's gotten to the point where I don't care anymore. They don't put out enough games that I could give a shit. There's so many other games out there now that, like, okay, if you want to, is this going to move the needle on PlayStation console sales? I don't think so. They're already close to PS4. Like, what are they expecting it to do to change that? I think it was Shuhei who said that basically it was like printing money to just make the port on PC. It's like, okay, you don't want that money. Fair enough. Like, and maybe that's the direction they're thinking. I don't know, because I thought Hiroki's like, I want my money. So I don't know what changes if they do this. They've already sold 90 plus million consoles. They're going to reach 100 plus easily, right? How many more consoles do you think this is going to sell? I don't know. I don't know what the value of this would be. You're just taking money off the table. Okay, fair enough. It's their choice. They can do whatever they want. I obviously am not going to even remotely engage with them if they don't put their games on PC, because I have no interest in buying a PlayStation. So that ship has sailed. If you want to give me your games on PC, I'll play them. There's a lot of other players that are in the same boat. They're not going to buy a PlayStation to play onesie twosie games because you said so. The thing that would move the needle on buying consoles is GTA. I just don't know that they have enough compelling content that says I'll buy that just for, game XYZ. They've had what new IPs have they put out? Is it like 2 games, Returnal and Saros? Because really, like, everything else has been sequels or remasters, right? That's all they've put out. It's like, okay, well, whatever. Nah. They really just don't have enough compelling games. The next new IP is the one from Naughty Dog with Intergalactic, which I have no idea when that's even coming. And I was like, okay, this looks interesting. If it's not coming to PC, though, it's like, well, it looks interesting. I don't give a shit. Bye. It's just kind of where it is, right? Heck, they don't even want to play it. They're like the 3 to 1 downvote on that thing. So that was the PlayStation fans, right? It's like, okay, whatever, dude. I don't know what the calculus is. They must see some metric that makes sense. Are they going to sell like an extra million consoles? I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I think you'd be better off making the money on PC. So whatever, dude.
The one thing, Hargeet, about this, that for me, when I think about this, I see actually something a little bigger and a little bit more darker, I would say, to be honest with you.
I think
what this shows to me
Magnus.
is that their ambition is coming down. They're not look the thing about, and I need, like, this is, you got to be clear here. The thing about going to PC as well, this is what Xbox is doing. The reason they're doing that is because that justifies bigger budgets. That justifies them being able to spend more because there's more of a base. That justifies when they put a PC or PlayStation, all this shit, that justifies them spending more. What PlayStation is doing is saying, we're not going to spend more. What did they say? The last thing we got was from the lady who said, we're going to milk these motherfuckers like cows. We're going to get more from them. We're not going to invest more. We're going to get more.
And
we're not going to invest more. We're going to get more, which means they don't spend more money on the newest tech. They don't spend more money on new studios. They don't spend more money on bigger IP. That means they're going to milk them. So they're going to milk their little franchises and give you a fucking Horizon Hunter the Gathering fucking game. They're going to make a mobile game at the same time, doing something completely different. They're making fucking Ratchet and Clank mobile. They're doing just other things that don't push the boundaries, things that take advantage of something that's already established and just keep producing more. How many fucking times can we play a Horizon game? How many? God damn it. It wasn't a great IP to begin with. It's like you took a shit on our fucking carpet, and instead of picking it up, you fucking smudged the shit all over the place. God damn it.
Yeah.
That is the reality. That is why they're not going to keep pushing to PC, because they're scaling back. They're going to do less. I hope you like Saros. I hope you like Wolverine. I hope you like fucking Ragnarok. I hope you like Spider-Man 2, because that's the level you're staying at. That's the level you're staying at. You're going to get turned on the other little features that get turned on with power over time, but you're not going to get the newest engines. You're not going to get them going crazy investing. They're going to keep it as low budget as possible, because why? They need to recoup the dollars. They're closing down fucking studios for it. I don't want to talk about that right now because we're going to talk about that separately. But
good point, yeah.
This is the reality.
The other thing is they're going to be petty about Magnus. They just are. And, you know, there's the potential of like, well, if it's on PC, you can now play it on your Xbox. And they don't like it. And I think that's still a mistake. Ultimately, you need to just say a game, you just stagger it, right? You delay the PC release, fine, whatever. But you get the money. I don't understand business-wise why that makes sense. But it's up to them. They can figure out whatever they want to. You know, if this is the path they want to take, good for bloody them. They have to make it compelling enough for people to want it. The reality is, most of the people aren't buying the console to play these games anyway. So if they were, you'd have a much higher attach rate. You see that on Nintendo, right? You'll get like a 5, 10, 20% attach rate. They don't have that here. They just don't. And like, if you're saying this is going to sell consoles, I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. The hardcore that are going to buy this, they already have the console, right? I see GTA doing that. GTA will increase the console sales. I totally get that. But I can't imagine that, oh, because Saros is coming out, you're going to sell what, another million copies? No, they're not even going to sell that many copies of that game. It's just, it doesn't make any sense, right? Wolverine looks cool, great. Hopefully it sells 10 plus million copies, but I don't know that it sells additional consoles. We'll see. Maybe it does sell an additional million consoles, but I don't know that it does, because they already have, at that point, they'll have 100 million out there, right? So how many more consoles are you going to sell? And so, like, I don't know that I buy that this is a good idea. They could absolutely be thinking about it, though. And it would be coming from a position of pettiness instead of how do I make money? And literally they're the ones who came out and said, we're not going to increase the console's price. We're going to monetize in other ways, which literally means you're going to try to get the money out of games. And if you're going to do that, what's the best way to do that? Sell it to more people. The other option is increase the cost of the game. So instead of $70, it's $80. I think that would be a massive mistake. But again, I'm not the one doing the numbers. I just see the results. When it went from 60 to 70, volume sales went down. If you want to go higher to $80, I would assume there'll be another stepping function of volume of sales will go down. They don't need that. They want freaking more sales. I just don't understand why they would do that. But hey, that's on them. And again, I don't lose any sleep over this. I don't care. Like, their games just aren't that compelling to me because I have so many other games to play that I'll be happy to just play those games. So
I gotta be honest with you. Even if I didn't have so many other games to play, the games are just not that compelling. There's plenty of games I don't buy.
Yeah.
They're just not compelling enough to make me lift up my finger and click buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the reality. You still have to make me want it.
Want to buy it.
PlayStation has
Exactly.
forgotten how to do that. They
Which is
forgot
where I am on Ragnarok. I'm like, okay, I like 2018, good enough. It was like, it wasn't the best game ever I played, but it was good enough. It was fun, fine. Like, in Ragnarok, it's the same. But I heard that like beginning part, and I'm like, dude, I just don't have the time to waste anymore. 10 hours to get no, I just don't have that kind of time anymore.
Bro,
like, I need the game to like immediately click.
15 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
It needs to click these days.
If I'm playing a game and I'm like, what am I even doing here in the first fucking 15, 20 minutes? Yo, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I'm not going to sit there and wait to find out that there's some magical game at the end of the fucking rainbow.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Those days are over. Like, I was good with that in the 80s and 90s when we could only buy certain, like, you could only buy so many games that were too expensive. And you're like, okay, I buy like my 2 games, 3 games a year. I need to spend as much time on this. Fine. That's not the way anymore. You get 2 to 3 games a day. It's like, there's just no way. No. There's too many other games. I'm just going to move on to the next thing. It has to like click. So I unfortunately, like, that game just like I passed it. I'm just done. And so like Wolverine looks perfectly good. It does. It's fine. Like, if it's a good game, it might be interesting. But again, if you're not going to put it on PC, then I'm done. I don't care. It's just not. It's not going to be good enough. And like, the time they're putting it out, Xbox has like 2-3 games coming out in the fall on top of GTA. Yeah, I'm already all set. I have way more than enough to play.
That's the problem.
GTA
like,
is
and
probably
then you're
like
going to go ahead and
game.
limit yourself. And it's like, I don't think that's
like,
the right direction, right? Because with everything that's out there, this is not the time. You gotta, it's crazy because they were able to market things so well. I think that these are just, they've hit a point where they can't even market what they're selling. But it looks much better than it did from the disasters that we freaking seen the last time we saw it. So I'm hoping they've put in a lot more work and they can show up with something that it's more impressive. But because there's that attachment of like, we know what we saw, so it's impressive in comparison, but they still had to keep on really diving in and making it better. But we'll see what we end up with. But it is a situation, Hargeet. There are too many games out there, and
it's just the way it is.
Why would we be going ahead and spending money or finding your game when you're not just putting it out there for everybody to get?
Yeah.
They're limiting themselves. They're limiting themselves.
I think it's a foolish idea. Like, get your money. Like, even if they make $100 million on a game on PC, it's $100 million. Who says no to $100 million? It's like, make your money. Like, why would you say no to that? I don't know. I don't get it. But that's me.
I mean,
especially, I mean, it's not as cut and dry. This is obviously not their IP, right? We know, they have Disney that they have to, pay up to, and we'll see. The numbers are not coming in.
That's why I think it's so stupid that he said I wouldn't be surprised to not see Marathon, as if they fuck.
No,
I'm not
Wolverine.
Marathon. Wolverine. That
Yeah.
like they run that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that's a
it's not
license
all
they
on them.
have to reach certain levels. If they don't, it's night. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there are rumors that it's just a 6-month exclusive. So maybe the reason it's because of that. That's the angle that he's speaking from without, giving the full detail of it all, right? If it's just a 6-month exclusive, obviously you want to keep it exclusive to your box for those 6 months before, other people have access to it, hoping that they'll buy it on your box.
Yeah, we
mean,
will
Rather
see,
than
right? I mean,
on anything else.
the thing is like Jason generally tends to have some pretty good knowledge of these things. So if he's saying it, he's saying that this is more than just a rumor, then it probably is true that they're close to making that decision. I think it's a foolish decision, but that's on them. Whatever. Sony does
But
what they want to do.
at the end of the day, we heard a lot of words that were said and then taken back in one form or another. So it was almost a useless situation.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But I wouldn't put it past PlayStation to do something stupid like this. But hey, whatever.
I mean, it's just not it's not a good look. No matter how you cut it, they are going ahead and showing us that they are not going to be spending more money. That's what it sounds like to me. You don't close in the amount of people who can play your game and spend more. The math don't math that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the facts of it. So already the only reason I gave a shit about PlayStation was because I felt like they had a certain niche that they fulfilled for me, which was the Uncharted's of the world, the Last of Us of the world, the God of War, not Ragnarok, the first one, right? Like they had just a certain thing that they made and they did it pretty good. So I was like, that's enough to just make me have the box and I'll buy them whenever they come out. But they always pushed, in my eyes. I believe that they pushed. And I say it all the fucking time, but my motivation was, if they did this on the PlayStation 4, imagine what they'll do on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
And they did nothing with the PlayStation 5.
He really didn't.
Literally nothing. PlayStation 4 engines on PlayStation 5.
They made
Crazy.
This conversation may have come up because they're aren't they making the first trilogy of God of War and they're actually remaking it, not remastering the games?
They are remaking the first trilogy.
The first trilogy. Maybe that's something that they feel will have some type of traction and they want to keep on their box, but who knows when is that coming out? That was just announced, no?
I mean,
Yeah, I'd say 4 years at
least. It's not like PlayStation to have been working hard behind the scenes.
I mean, that's
3 games, right? That's
a
lot.
Dude, that's not coming anytime soon, bro.
Yeah. Unless they're going,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a trilogy that they're delivering. I mean, it's not, they didn't say they're dropping them at the same time. So maybe
it could be like that Final Fantasy VII remake, right? And it takes like a long time, right? And there's like one per release, and then you wait another 3-4 years for the next one. So it could be a long time.
And then after all 3 are out, you make a collector's bundle with all 3 games. And then, at some point you remaster those remakes, and that may be a lifeline that they're looking at.
I mean,
crazy.
They ain't lying. This is their MO, right? This is what they're known for. This is what they're known to do, right? They go ahead and they just keep milking. They came out and said it, right? There's no other way to look at it. This is just the reality of what they do. All right. Before we switch, okay, because there's something else I want to get into, which is going to be the Bluepoint conversation, which is actually pretty interesting. Somebody actually kind of dug deep and has like a whole timeline of their entire existence with Sony and basically a whole outline of exactly what transpired and what took place. So we're going to definitely talk about that. But before we do that, we got the homies in the building. So we got 108 Dragon, our boy Lemon, back with that $2 super chat. I appreciate you, homie. Says, I'm always ready and support this awesome show.
Appreciate you.
Yo, appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, we got to get up, man. And then our boy, he said, I'm not going to be fucking number 2. No, I'm going to be number 1. Spartan 661 goes ahead and drops another 10. On point for gamer memberships, man. Shout out to the motherfucker homie on point, making him number 1 for the night. Ryu Arts number 2 with 20. And Broke Boys number 3 with 5. Appreciate you, man. Y'all know what to do.
Tell him, baby.
Put that motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us. And of course, our boy, Barton661.
Thank you.
30 gifted. He's the fucking man. 30 gifted total. I already updated the banner because he's the man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, bro, brother. In the chat right now, if you're a member, put those FBs in the chat. Okay? Put those FBs in the goddamn chat. Okay? Show him what he likes. You know what I'm saying? Show him what he likes. All right. We got our boy, motherfucking 108 Dragon in the building with that $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Says, fucking ponies, dumb as fuck. Seriously. They don't want their games on Magnus at all. And Xbox Ally X running PlayStation games is fucking killing them. Hold the L, biatches. This is the thing. 108, you're right, 100%. But this is the crazy part. This is what they don't realize. The cat's already out the bag. All the games worth playing from PlayStation are on PC. So guess what? They can't take them back. They can't take them back. So if you're an Xbox dude and you're saying, man, there are some games on PlayStation I would have liked to try. Well, when you buy your new Xbox, you can go into the PC store and you can go buy it if you want to because it's there. You can't get rid of it, right? So again, they cry, they do what they want. It doesn't matter, right? The best days of PlayStation are behind them, and all of them are on PC.
Damn.
The future is fucked. What you're watching is you're seeing the Titanic hit the iceberg, and the rest of it is a 3-hour-long movie watching Rose and Leonardo DiCaprio fuck and then get frozen and die. Okay. That's what this is. All right. So they can enjoy that. All right. We're good. You got 108 back with another 2. Says Sony to lose $3 billion to appease ponies. Yeah. Okay. Fuck no. Exactly. Stupid fucking shit, bro. 108 with another 2 says Hargeet for president. Type those ones in the chat. Facts. Appreciate you.
Jeez.
Thank you so much. It's true though. It's true. Okay. Let's switch over to this Bluepoint joint because I saw this. I was like, this is actually pretty fucking interesting. All right. So let me take this, do a little bit of this. Bam. Done. There. All right. So let me take my chapter and then we'll be good to Gizzo. All right. All right. As you know, again, Xbox had a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on. But right before Xbox dropped a bomb, they actually went ahead and helped out PlayStation a little bit by, is it helping out or is Xbox just that pretty girl who can't stand not being looked at? Because they said, oh, people are talking about PlayStation because they got rid of one of their studios. Fuck that. We're going to be back in the news as the highlight, and that's what they did. But the thing that PlayStation did was they shuttered Bluepoint Games. You know, rest in peace, vaya con Dios. If you know Bluepoint Games, you may not know who they are because they never made anything of their own. They're a remaster house. They had a dream. They had a dream of making their own game, and PlayStation could not grant them their fucking final wish before fucking putting a bullet in their head.
Damn.
Okay.
That's wild.
So Bluepoint has made many very good, high quality remakes. That's what they're known for. They actually opened up the PlayStation 5 generation for PlayStation with its first exclusive, which was the Demon Souls remake.
Yes.
And then that's where they went to die, pretty much, because the fuck else did they do? I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and put out this report over here from Detective Seeds. He's back.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, but now he's not doing rumors.
No.
This is his investigative journalism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Solid journalism. Got it.
He's not fucking around. All right.
Okay.
So Detective Seed says Bluepoint Games final report from Bloodborne remake potential to shuttered. I spoke to 4 Bluepoint employees, and this is their story on timeline, dates, and code names for projects. End of 2020. Bluepoint ships Demon Souls, and talks begin with Sony acquisition and working on more original projects. I remember this because there was rumors that they might get acquired, and then Bluepoint put out a post said, "We are independent. We have not been purchased." And then like a week later, Sony bought Bluepoint.
Got it. So much for that.
Yeah. So Sony did not think the remakes, remasters made enough money. And some people within Bluepoint and Sony wanted to branch out. All heard that Shadow of the Colossus remake lost money, but it was assumed it would. But Yoshida wanted to preserve the game. Shuhei, who's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus remake biggest criticism was the new face on the main character. However, Fumito Ueda wanted it to look that way and designed it. There were conversations about doing add-on content to the remakes to help with funding into original content and grow design department. It was assumed in the studio that Bluepoint would be remaking Bloodborne after Demon's Souls. So they thought they were going to do Bloodborne. Bluepoint had a design department of 1 to 2 people, but was not sufficient for a full project. Jesus. 2021, quote, in early 2021, after Demon Souls, studio staff assumed they would work on Bloodborne and started to prepare to. However, they did not get the green light due to internal politics of Bloodborne involving a fragile relationship with FromSoft, Sony, and the original IP. Sources do not think Bloodborne remake will ever be made due to politics. Okay. Bloodborne was pulled from the table and Bluepoint had no project. Bluepoint was assigned to help with Ragnarok support due to Santa Monica Studios needing some help and a combo of other factors. Jim Ryan was pushing live service hard, and Sony had a desire to explore making God of War into an Assassin's Creed style franchise. To be clear, Assassin's Creed is not an Assassin's Creed style franchise anymore. They don't release them every year like they used to, but sure. Franchise would explore different mythologies and characters. Oh, okay. So like different timelines or whatever the fuck. Bluepoint was not allowed to make a game with Kratos as Sony Santa Monica, whatever the hell they're called, did not trust Bluepoint with that, and it would be too expensive. September 30th, 2021, Bluepoint is bought by Sony. Was it that long? I thought they were bought pretty quickly at the end of 2020. You know what? That's right. It makes sense. So September 30th, Bluepoint is bought by Sony. Bluepoint is acquired and tasked with coming up with an original project in the God of War universe. The catch was they needed to stretch the content, but Bluepoint employees did not know at the time it was a live service game. They stated, a gamble was made by convincing Sony to buy us instead of us looking for funding elsewhere.
Oh my goodness. That was their W.
That was their
Sony
W.
to buy them. It's crazy because when you feel like you've got, we're set now, right? We've been scooped up by Sony and now we're, this is what we're doing. Like that relieved goes away real fast when they don't even allow you to make a game or you get shut down before you even get started. and it's happened to more than just them, right? Or you did drop a game and it didn't hit, and they can't continue to support your nonsense, right? It's just crazy that where you think you're going to have your big break, it can potentially just be your detriment.
Facts. Big facts. It's just a reality. Then after the acquisition, there was a culture change within Bluepoint. It's funny how Xbox went ahead and bought massive, gigantic companies, yet were criticized and talked shit about with them integrating these massive, giant companies. And come to find out, all of these companies talk about how great it was and how their culture didn't change and they were able to actually have a better culture and all this other shit. Meanwhile, PlayStation buys a little tiny Bluepoint with 1 or 2 people in the design department and culture is going to change because of the purchase. That's wild. All right. 2022. Prototyping begins for Demon Souls meets God of War, also called CP13. Bluepoint staff was not told initially that the game was a live service game. Bluepoint still had a minimal design team. Bluepoint did not have a game director for this project, was promised one on loan from Santa Monica Studio and a couple designers once Ragnarok was shipped. End of 2022. Sony, Santa Monica, whatever. I hate the name of their fucking studios. The God of War studio. Game director and designers joined the team. So that was towards the end of the year. Great. A lot of time was spent prototyping, but the mesh of Bluepoint and Sony Santa Monica did not go well as they were not familiar with Bluepoint's engine, fully remote work due to COVID, and hiring freezes at Sony. Very soon after the studio folks arrived, Bluepoint staff learned the game they were having to make was a live service game and they needed to work with what they had. Internal issues began to arise, and the ones on board with live service were the head chef, the head, what the fuck's a shit? Okay, whatever. The head at Sony Santa Monica Studio, Sony, and Bluepoint. It was unclear whether Bluepoint leadership believed in the project or just doing their best to salvage morale. About 75% of staff employees, according to sources, were against this move and pushed back against making a live service. After deadlines were not hit, internal strife from employees, the project was the project was canceled by Sony in early 2025. That's 3 years of them working on that game for nothing. Then this is where it gets fucked up. They pitched Jack and Daxter remake, a Resistance remake, the one that all these fucking ponies be crying for. Shadows of the Colossus remaster, bringing the game to PlayStation 5, updating the graphics, adding 4 to 6 new bosses with several pulls from the original PS2 content. Bloodborne remake was pitched again. A small portion of the team worked on it for 2 to 3 months, but Sony pulled the plug. It was never officially greenlit, but they were deep in negotiations and Bluepoint thought they would make it. 2 new IPs and worked on some small pitches, all under CP13 folder, and then codenamed Black Fang. CP14 was Black Fang. Who was the dude in the office who said, I got a fucking code name for you guys called Black Fang? You know what I'm saying? The fuck out of here.
Crazy.
Codename Black Fang was a Ghost of Tsushima spinoff that Sony liked. Sony gave Bluepoint 5 to 6 months to prototype it until end of March 2026. We're in February 2026. Cool. Employees felt it was going okay, even though it was never officially greenlit and were on track to hit deadline. Employees found out on February 19th that they were being shut down and Project Black Fang is canceled. Studio last day is March 2nd, 2026. It is worth noting that Bluepoint did use contractors. However, majority of the people stayed at the studio from shadow until shuttering. About 40 employees have been there the entire time, with the rest being contractors. This obviously has fluctuated with retirements, deaths, and turnovers. According to all sources, people stayed at Bluepoint and wanted to continue to stay there. A sad story to such a wonderful group of talented artists. And that's the story of
Bluepoint.
Bluepoint, their birth at Sony and their death at Sony.
It's crazy because they didn't really get much accomplished, yet they had the drive to want to do so much, right? It seems, and this is kind of just a confirmation that PlayStation just keeps on leaning on the wrong people, the wrong decisions. I feel like they brought a lot to the table that people would have been excited about, that could have been worked on. I think that, you have a team like this, and then obviously you have all these aspirations for gas games, and if you just had found a way to continue on your path and doing what you do and incorporate these gas games as an expansion of what you're providing to the consumer, that would have been great for PlayStation. They shut down a lot of ideas that could have made this turn out the situation that they're in right now. It could have been a whole different conversation. A lot of bad decisions made in there, huh? That's what I'm getting from this. Just, again, more confirmation as to what could have gone right that didn't.
I mean, sadly, it's completely true. Like, that's the problem. There's so much that Sony just fumbles when it comes to, like, their eye for talent and how to steer the ship once they have it. Fucking look at everything they bought. Literally everything they bought is in shambles. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything they bought is in shambles. Everything they bought is fucked. All the new shit they bought either closed without releasing anything or fucking just went to shit. And it's crazy. The only thing that is releasing the game is Saros people that they bought after Returnal.
Do you think it's a lack of trust when it comes to like the vision that the studios may have for the brand rather than, the studios not cutting it?
No, I think Bluepoint is a studio that makes remakes. That's what they've done. And they also wanted to make their own game. They should have known when being purchased that they were going to buy them to do more remakes for them. They have a plethora of IP from the past that could use a Bluepoint remake.
I get that, but I'm just saying, again, they had the aspiration of making, their own games, but like I'm just saying, is it a lack of trust from PlayStation on the ability of
They don't have the eye.
studios?
They got rid of
That's
the eye.
the thing. Yeah,
They got
but
rid of everybody with the eye.
guess what? Part of that is understanding the studios and kind of understanding what they're bringing to the table for you. The eye is not just you going ahead and figuring it out. There's a trust, a lack of trust here in relationship that they seem to have with the people that they work with their studios. It's obvious to me. That sucks. That sucks that, yes, they could have done a lot more remakes, but that also wasn't the case.
Yeah, because they weren't given the opportunity. They were talented at it, right? They knew how to do them. They did them well. Like when you played one, it was like, oh, that was a Bluepoint joint. Like the shit was good, right? They did it justice. They did it well. I replayed Shadow of the Colossus after they remade it. It was really well done. So this is just what they fucking This is just what they did. We do have our boy Game Shark in the building real quick with that $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Just says a company with good leadership has a minimum of 2 backup plans for whenever a decision doesn't work.
Yep.
The failure is 3 plans deep or no plans at all.
Agreed. 100%. There has to be wiggle room. Yeah, man. It just sucks. It's not a lack of talent. It's their chase to become something that they were not. Trying to keep up with everybody else out there.
Yeah. It's a problem. It's a problem, and it's something that is trickling out to their other shit, right? Because Bluepoint is gone, but like Hargeet said earlier, you got other studios who are on the chopping block. We're probably, and he's not the only one who said it. There's been talk on Twitter. People are saying, I know of a few that are going to happen. I'm not going to say them, but by the end of the year, you should see some more. And these are like not Xbox people. These are either neutral or PlayStation people
that are putting this out there
who might know. So it's like normally the bad rumors don't exist for PlayStation. So if that's out there, then it might be something. So
yeah,
right off the rip, the Haven Studios, that's more than likely gonna fucking go. That game is in shambles. We just heard that they were stopping all their contractors. They're not re-upping contractors anymore. You got a studio like fucking Media Molecule, man. As creative as they are, as sad as it is, like they don't make shit that sells, and Sony's not in that hippie fucking phase of life anymore. Like they're not about that smoke. They want the bangers or nothing. So I mean, I don't know. It just looks like it's just going everywhere. And look, and you add that to the fact that they're apparently scaling back, right? They're not going out there. They're not putting their games in more places. They're trying to scale back, make things smaller, make it so that their budgets are smaller, right? All these things. When you release a game on PC, you got to fucking deliver. People are expecting big shit on PC. On PlayStation, with your weak ass hardware, you can be like, oh, well, we couldn't do it. But over there, it's like, well, no, you got to make it shine. So I don't know. It's just a lot of fucking dog shit.
Are they looking at Nintendo right now and kind of backpedaling and saying, let's just keep our IP tight and, just make smaller games that are more affordable and hopefully will bring in the money that we need?
We're about to see Horizon Tennis.
Right.
We're about to see Horizon Party, Horizon Soccer, fucking Cradles Golf. Go time. Go ahead, Hargeet. What are you thinking, bro?
So what's not
sorry.
Yeah, right. Oh gosh, yikes. Yeah, it's a headbanger. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh shit. Hargeet with the bars. Damn.
What's not in the list is the IP the only IP that matters to PlayStation Studios, which is Horizon. They didn't have a Horizon pitch, and hence they're dead. No, look, this is kind of par for the course. It's par for the course of what PlayStation is right now. They can't manage anything. They've canceled games left and right. This will be the 7th studio that closes since 2020. Including like Japan studios closed, London studio, Manchester studio, Neon Koi, Pixel Opus, Bluepoint, and Firewalk, of course, with Concord. And like you said, Haven has got to be thinking that's over, right? And I don't know what Bend is doing, to be honest. I think Bend might be on the chopping block. You got Fire Sprite, who is doing all those VR games. Do you see them going forward with VR games? And that's a much bigger studio. It's like 200 plus people. I would not be shocked if that goes away. You mentioned Media Molecule. They're gonna. It seems like they're doing what Xbox did in the Xbox One gen, which is throw away everything, leave it to like 5 studios, and that's all we got, right? And then eventually turn around and say, "Oh shit, we need to actually we need to make games." Oh. But they don't care right now because people keep buying their console and they think that's good enough. And fair enough. You know what? If that works for you, that's good. Right. So, but that is kind of where they are. They cannot manage their studios. They can't make, anything of value. I just, How much better would Bluepoint have been if they were bought by Xbox? Xbox actually is making remasters of older games, and they would welcome having the ability to take some older stuff and say, hey, go ahead, go give this a shot, because they have the cover of Game Pass. It doesn't matter for them. They could pay for the studio, no problem. They have Game Pass. And they could just say, yep, absolutely. Let's put a remaster out of, something that's like 15 years old. No issues. Go ahead. And we can put it in Game Pass. That'll cover the cost. And if it sells, great. That's awesome. Extra gravy. Right. So it's just too bad. This is where they are. And unfortunately for them, they, like PlayStation wants direct, sales to make it work. And the old guard, where, a Shuhei or a Sean even said, no, we make some games just to be a platform that has games. We do it for the fans. Some games have to make money. That's fine. But there are some games where it's like, no, we're just going to shoot our shot. And if it doesn't sell, it doesn't matter, because it's for the love of the games. And that's just not there anymore. And so whatever, like, this is just who they are now. And is it surprising to me? No. It just, like, to your point, CMoney, they are just dwindling down to like a handful of games every now and then, and they're just not going to be putting out anything fun. It's all going to be derivative, like Sad Dad Walking Simulator Part 25. It's like, okay, whatever, dude. If this is what you want to do, that's what you want to do. At some point that's going to fizzle too, because how many times can you play the same game over and over again? I don't know. It doesn't shock me in any way. I think all the other ones are very much up in the air as far as their existence in a year. I think they are going to get cut. But hey, whatever. This is PlayStation. I do see a bit more, pushback from some of the media, from some of the fans about Bluepoint. But like, where were they when all these other studios were closing? Everybody gets on Xbox's case, who's closed 2 studios so far, which is Perfect Dark. What was that studio? The Initiative, and the one that did Redfall. Right. That's it. Like, the other ones, they either sold off, let them go, or they said, oh, you're going to be assigned to that. That's it. Like, so.
And to be fair, Austin, Arcane, that was one of Arcane. Arcane as a branch.
Arcane itself is still around. That's true.
2 legs. So they didn't close Arcane. They just got rid of that team. But Arcane is still alive. They didn't close. They didn't close studio. They got rid of a team.
Which I also don't know if they actually did get rid of all the people, because I think some of them are just helping
the other went over. Yep.
Yeah. So, exactly. So like, ultimately they closed one little like mobile developer when they bought King, and they're like, we don't need you anymore. We got King. And then they closed the Initiative, which just, they failed. They didn't prove out themselves. That's up to them. Right. So versus the 7th studio in the same time frame has been shut down now by PlayStation, and that is, I think at least 2 more are going to go. Let's hope Marathon doesn't totally bomb, because otherwise, don't be surprised if Bungie's on the chopping block. And like, I don't, whatever. This is just a shit show.
That wouldn't surprise me either, Hargeet.
Facts.
It's just a shit show, and like, at some point, the unbiased media needs to actually be unbiased and then call out what PlayStation is. And it's a shit show. And everybody just keeps looking, oh, look, they sold more console. Who gives a fuck? They can't manage their studios. How many people have they laid off? How many studios have they closed? Like, that matters. You got to look at it from an overall perspective. That matters. And they just keep looking at one platform, Xbox. It's like, dude, they're on fire. They're like dying. Why isn't that being called out? Whatever. Maybe this is the impetus that actually says, okay, it's time to call it out. And, Bluepoint was a perfectly good studio. They were bamboozled into trying to make a live game with 40 people. 40 people to make a live game? I like, what the? Okay, whatever. This is just who Sony is. I don't know, man. I've been calling this out for a long time. PlayStation Studios they are fucked. They do not know how to manage these things. They have been doing a terrible job. This is the Jim Ryan era coming to fruition. It was just terrible.
To be honest with you, because that's what we said, right? Hiroki came out and he said they're great creatively, but they don't know how to make money.
They don't.
And this is him bringing that into Impact. Remember, they want to always point out that Satya is the head, no matter who else is in charge. Well, let's not forget that Hiroki's the head, no matter who else is in charge, right? So
yeah,
he's putting this on them the same way Satya is. The difference is this dude is cutthroat. He don't give a shit. He is fucking saying, you better fucking figure this shit out because you guys are trash with making us money.
Yep.
And that's
thank God they didn't buy Kadokawa, because you know that From Software would be on the chopping block as well. What, you made that? What was that robot game? What
Mech
the heck was
Warrior,
it called?
whatever.
No, not Mech Warrior, but what, you know, the one that I'm talking about, right? But that game,
yeah, the mech one that didn't do shit.
That didn't do shit. And like, would they just, oh well, you didn't make money? No, thank God they didn't buy them. Thank God, because like, imagine shutting down From. I wouldn't put it past them, by the way, but imagine shutting down From Software. They shut down Japan studios. They literally shut down their main studio. Like, that's who they are now. Like whatever, dude.
It's crazy,
I don't understand.
but it's the reality.
Nothing's off limits, man. I think when
Nothing's
you're
off
at that point and you're kind of running out of things to close down and people to fire, like, you know, it's been a lot, and games to cancel. What do you have left? What do you have left? Like, I get it. Maybe at some point the media will kind of level things out, but what are they waiting for? Like when it's no longer around, they're gonna say, "Oh, we didn't see this coming.
Yeah.
How did this happen?" Like, sit down, bitch. Let me tell you. Like, it's been years.
Facts.
I mean,
100%.
like there was the meme or the joke of Halo, Gears, and Forza. What are these guys going to be left with?
Horizon.
Well, it's Horizon, God of War, and Gran Turismo, right? Like, what else? Like, okay, I'm sorry, that'll be the show.
At least those versions kept getting better over on this side, but I think we are looking at, you know, they're just taking steps back. I don't think that even if you have, you know, a small amount of games, you have 3 games you go ahead and put out there. If those are quality games, you still have a shot. But when you've diluted your brand, your IP to, you know, a quarter of what it used to be, what are we talking about here? Pack up and go.
I don't know what the heck Naughty Dog is going to be doing, right? So we have that Intergalactic game. What's happening after that? I don't know, but that's the other studio they have. I don't know when that game even comes out. I don't know what's left. What am I missing? What are the studio? Oh, Saros, that studio, Housemark.
Yeah.
So that's what's
nothing
left.
much. You know what I'm saying? Nothing much. That's the problem. They don't got shit. They don't have anything. So and it's sad.
This is a sad story. It's a sad story.
It's all sad. It's all sad. And the problem is that what they don't realize, and God bless them, you know, it is what it is, but these motherfuckers keep championing the very thing that's burying them.
Yeah.
They are literally championing the very thing that's burying them. Ponies think that the sales from PlayStation for the console are helping them get the games that they supposedly want, but it's not, because PlayStation sees the numbers. The more people who buy the console and that number doesn't equal more people buying their core games, it just shows PlayStation that that's all casual market. And why are we kicking our own asses, spending all this money, risking everything on these games when the casuals are funding everything for us? Why are we worried about risking shit? We take losses when we spend too much on these games. Why are we doing it? This is what it's proof is in the pudding. You can't look at me and say I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Proof is in the pudding. They're not showing you that they're willing to spend anything on gaming. Anything. All the purchases they made, all of them were tiny little baby purchases, typically of a studio that has never done anything before. they've bought in stupid shit. All they have released are regurgitated games from PlayStation 4's generation. That's it. Ghost of Yote is nothing but Ghost of Tsushima's island fucking reconfigured. Same tech. Nothing special. I've seen it with my own eyes. Don't try to fucking bullshit me. The newest shit they made was Lego Horizon. The only thing that they had no engine for previously is Lego Horizon. It's the only thing they done special. That's it. That's it. Everything else, bullshit tech, nothing jumping forward. It's literally an L generation for them. They took this generation and said, we're going to just do more of the same. And they literally did that. They literally did that. So, look, unless you guys have anything else to say, I think that's where we're going to end this saga for Bluepoint and this discussion.
R.I.P. PlayStation Studios.
R.I.P.
Vaya con Dios.
PlayStation Studios. Vaya con Dios. It's the reality. Okay. Sucks for them, but it is what it is. All right, let me get this out of here. Beautiful. All right, let me do this. Beautiful. All right, very cool, guys. Thank you so much, man. This is where we're gonna wrap it up, bro.
The DM?
Oh yeah. I forgot. I got the Tribune. I saw the DM. Hold on, let me get you. I saw what you did. That's why I lift my mind because
Oh gosh,
you out here doing some crazy shit out in these streets. Here, right there. Let's put it up.
Oh shit,
Let's put it up. Got fucking.
that's dope.
Fucking got me in what is this? A CMoney suit with mustard and olive. What's that? Olive fucking grenades on the side.
Damn, see?
I mean,
Yo,
you got me
that's
looking
dope.
right, but this fucking mustard is olive shit, bro. Come on, man. And then look at this fucking olive Batman.
Oh, I love it, Trey.
Olive
Let's go.
fucking Batman.
These are fire.
They are dope. They are
are
dope. They are dope.
man.
It's just this olive and fucking mustard curse of life. But
Those are so good.
it's still dope. It's still dope. All right. Cool shit, man. Thank you.
Shout out to
Appreciate it.
Trey.
Shout out to Trey.
Let's
He's not fucking around.
go.
Give him a little bit of this. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Thank you so much for rocking
Thank
out
you,
with us. This is where we're
guys.
wrapping it up, man. Appreciate y'all. Remember, this is Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, but today was Friday's show because your boy is not going to be available to do a show. So we won't be doing that this weekend. And next weekend is going to be more of the same. So Tuesday will be live, and then Thursday will be live, and then Friday we will not be here again. And then after that, we should be good for a little bit. But guys, thank you so much again for rocking out with us. Again, remember the next time you will see us is on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, with the Night Quest with our boy Pharaoh and Broke Boy.
Let's go.
Of course, we want to go ahead and shout out our motherfucking homie, our brother, Hargeet, my dude. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Why don't you let everybody know where to find you, what you got going on?
Yeah, so first, those nice little logos that I created, if you want, the Make Xbox Great Again and Make Xbox Not Dead Again. I did make merch for it. Check it out if you want to. You can go to my site, shop.johnny.us, and pick it up if you like. My channel is Hargeet Johnny 1 on YouTube. I'll be on with Web Dave on Sunday. We've got some pretty good guests. We got Ray Trevino from Xbox Ready, Colt, and Zocker. So check that out. 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time on Sunday. I'll be on with Fonz on Tuesday at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, Fonz Gaming. And then with Boom on Wednesday at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time on Double Barrel Gaming. And we'll be back, I guess, next Thursday, right? We're still doing Thursday. Yep, we'll be back here to talk about the craziness. We're getting close to GDC. When are you heading out?
It's the week of the 9th.
The week of the 9th. So the following week, right? So okay, gotcha. So we'll have the show next week, and after that, you're out. Right at GDC.
Yeah, and after that, I'm out. I don't know why I said that's actually perfect. Yeah, good thing that you said that. So the following week, I won't be doing it there. I'm probably gonna do stuff from over there, but not the normal stuff. So
yeah.
all right, man. Well, with that,
Alrighty, guys.
wait. All right. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and end the show the way we end every single show. Doodle.
Yes.
We're done. Until next time.
You're intruding.
You're intruding.